Yeah, we have the topic for the people who didn't see and who didn't understand. This is live on YouTube. And our topic is God or aliens. Can you really understand the difference? Okay, let's check it out. First, prove alien, then prove there are multiple. But why? Why should I do that? No aliens, but we are RHFD. What does that mean? Hey, Teddy. Delusional
Hello,
man.
hello everyone.
Hello, Bruce Wayne.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm okay. How about there?
What are you doing, guys?
Okay, we're waiting for people. Okay. Oh, just debate. Добро пожаловать, man. Autochronics. Julie, welcome.
Hello, hello.
Hello, ACDC.
Hi. But throw me a
Hi.
little off guard.
Ooh.
It's so hot today, so I just named myself AC. So you guys feel cool.
Okay. Hi, Chaitanya. Okay. Dark Star. Ooh. Why alien? Why not Santa Claus?
What are you
Okay.
speaking about, bro?
You can read my topic and the welcome message.
I cannot see. I'm blind.
Okay, then I can read it for you. Topic: God or aliens? Can you understand the difference? This is the topic, and this is live
Yo.
on YouTube.
So how many viewers are watching?
How many people are watching?
Yes.
There are only 4 people right now.
Oh, say hi for them.
Ah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you are a big YouTuber, bro, the big fan.
No, I'm not a big YouTuber.
Hi, philosopher.
Hey, hello.
Yeah,
So let's
I
start our topic.
Yeah, we will.
like.
We will. Yeah.
Yes, brother.
I have some questions. Like in your audience, can answer.
Yes, I can answer everything. I know everything.
Yeah. The most biggest question is, if aliens exist, where
Yes,
does
aliens
that
do
leave us?
exist.
Wait
Hello.
a
Yes,
second.
brother. I have been to
A
moon several
second.
times and I have met
Hello,
with aliens
friends.
also.
Okay. Maybe better to kick. Who's the other guy speaking?
How are you, my friend?
Okay, another
I was
noisy
speaking.
person. Yeah, yeah, I know, I know. I was asking who else was speaking. But anyway, let's make some regulations in the room.
Yeah, you should.
Yep, you're free to go. Yeah, waiting. Chaitanya.
Yeah. So, if aliens exist, okay, where does that leave God?
Where does
Some
that
people
leave
say
what?
aliens wouldn't change their faith, like God could have created them too.
Mm, okay. Doesn't matter. Still, could you understand the difference?
Yeah, I think
How?
aliens are also exist. I mean, the like uh, like us,
Like
like we
us,
humans, but they are like more civilized. Like they know more
civilized.
like technology. They don't like they have more technology.
That
Like
doesn't
how
mean
we
they have
develop.
more technology, but my question mostly goes for, you know, very advanced, yeah, very advanced aliens. And that's the point of my question. Hey, Phoenix, welcome. Yeah, that's the question, and then let's elaborate more. So, people believe a God exists, and some people believe aliens exist, and some people say that even if there is a God, we cannot or we couldn't understand the difference if the aliens are so advanced.
Hmm. I think God made everything. God is nothing, by the way. God is nothing, and God is everything.
God is nothing,
God is
God is
space.
everything. That doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
like matter and energy. Like we all are made of matter and energy. So God is matter and energy, like
God is
in two
matter
forms.
and energy, okay,
Like
but that doesn't
yeah,
mean there's
energy can
God.
neither. No, no. Like we have studied, no. Like energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but can be transformed from one form to another.
Okay, so now we're talking about energy, not God.
No, no. It's just God, just in form of energy.
In form of energy?
God
How
has
do I
no
know
form.
that?
Like we are humans, we have form. Like
Okay,
one day we
you
will
don't know how
die.
to
Like
speak.
we.
Okay, let's see other people who know how to speak. Dark Star, do you want to speak? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, the ending. That was awkward. I was not even expecting. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, like I was like, why? Why you do that? Maybe. Very uncool, yeah. Anyway. Okay. Let's wait for the new people in the new room. Again, we're creating the new room so fast. That's also uncool. But anyway. Um oh, I'm too lazy. I'm jumping. Bum, 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 ba, 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 ba. Bum, 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 ba, 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 ba. Da 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 dum, da da dum, da da dum, bum, bum, bum. Oop, someone is so fast. Eunice, Alex, Ritik. Okay, we have some people. We have some people. And we have a topic here. One difference could be aliens are matter, but God is not matter. Could be. Concerning their powers. Oh, what about aliens are also being like not matter?
Can follow my YouTube channels.
What?
It's your YouTube channel, bro.
Yeah.
Your one. It was. What's your YouTube channel name? Uh, this is.
It's hard to understand when you read that. Yeah, spiritual aliens.
Yeah, I do subscribe your channel.
Thank you. I have two channels, please.
Two channel.
Subscribe. Yeah,
Till,
Philosopher hashtag 2.
yeah, philosopher and one philosopher. Yeah,
Okay.
philosopher hashtag. Two.
Yeah, the way that you read.
Okay. Yeah, I do subscribe your channel.
Thank you. Abdul Aziz. Abdul Aziz. Ooh, I see a man and a woman with the same name. That's the question. What is natural? It's another question or another topic, I believe. Okay. God or aliens? How can you understand the difference if they're so advanced? Maybe I should make that question more clear right now. Let's do it like this. How can you understand the difference if they are so advanced?
It's your channel.
Which one? Yeah, shame on you, Pascal. Yeah, that's my channel. Sure, it's just a video.
Yeah, but this is saying God.
This is what?
It is not your own video.
It's my video. Yeah.
Yeah, it's your own video. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's your not voice. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
It's my voice also. Hello.
What's going on?
What's going on? We're waiting for speakers. We have a specific topic here.
God and aliens. God or aliens? Okay. How do you relate them?
Yeah. How do you understand the
Well,
difference?
according to me, gods can be aliens because you don't know them, probably.
God can be alien?
Of course, aliens has the meaning, the things which you never know, right? Which you never have seen before. The things
Okay.
which don't belong to this planet.
Okay. If you want to use
Oh,
that very real meaning of the word, yes, you're right. Well, we don't mean when we say alien just the things that we don't know.
exactly. Aliens in a dictionary means a strange creatures. We always
Creatures.
match the things with according to the meanings.
And God is not a creature for many believers. So I think there's a difference. Yeah,
Well,
but the problem is
you
how can you
never have saw
understand
God, do you?
whether. Yeah, I have never seen you.
You never saw God, you never saw alien. How are you gonna differentiate between them?
That's my question. That's
Yeah,
that's my
and we don't have
question.
solution.
Don't steal my questions, okay?
Well, I'm sorry, I was not aware of the fact that it's my
It's
question.
okay.
It's your question.
No problem. Ordi 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay. It
Well, what was the counting for?
was for Ordi. He knows.
How many people here?
Ordi. I'm enjoying that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Six,
Eh,
17.
unnecessary.
18 people here.
Unnecessary.
Lots of
Oh,
people.
you're counting people. Yeah. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. I'll check it later. What else? Yep.
Yeah. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, night. Good
Okay.
night.
It's a good night for some people. For some other people, it's a good morning. For some other people, it's a good afternoon.
Yeah, one hour. Where are you from?
Who's speaking here?
Nakul.
Nakil, I'm from heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heaven.
Heaven, yeah.
Yeah, I believe
Oh,
he means heaven, Haven, right?
HEA.
Okay, sounds interesting.
Mm, okay. Waiting for people. God or aliens? Can you understand the difference if they're so advanced?
gods or aliens.
Spider-Man, what's your god? Who's your god?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, who's your god?
Zeus.
According to the latest movies, maybe Iron Man was his god.
Superman. Superman or Iron Man.
Okay.
You don't
Waiting for
ask me.
people, waiting for people.
Well, so the topic that we are discussing it is about God or aliens, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
god or aliens, yeah.
Well, that's a very complicated question, actually, since we know the first civilization was the Mesopotamian people, right? Therefore, after that, based on some documentaries, everything was like established. However, not sure if for a fact we might have some um, certain information about it. However, we have some architecture that can speak the truth for those documentaries. We have, for example, the pyramids that some engineers still don't know how they were built, which is mega contraption that happened on the ancient time. There are some people that don't even know how they were able to carry those blocks around the Nile River when they were just human, and also the cut that happened at the pyramids at that time. What machine they used on it, and what artifact was used, what is the meaning of those pyramids and stuff. But yeah, we have some architectural temples that existed that were inhabited by those ancient things. It's complicated to make the differences. The fact is, um, how I can explain, um, some Asian books like Mahabharata, we still don't know who wrote that and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, like we don't know how some buildings are built by someone. Doesn't mean aliens did it. That only means we don't know how they did it. Okay. And there are many like really good theories about those things. Like people are studying those things for centuries, right? And yeah, but we're not very certain. And yeah, we don't have hard, copy of everything in the past, what happened or how did it happen. We have lost a lot of information which belongs to past. There are some machinery, even we don't know why they were using them and what was the purpose of those things. And yeah, we don't know things. That's true. But that only means we don't know. Okay? That doesn't mean therefore aliens did it.
Exactly the point that I referred to, that we for sure or for certain that they really existed. However, science says that there is a molecular thing or an atom. I think it's called the atom of God, I believe. I don't, I can recall right now the name of it. That it is on the ADNA, that when it is activated, you can become like Jesus Christ, something like that. There's a lot of things actually going on about.
Okay. Anyone else who wants to join? By the way, let me use this banner. Pop, 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 pop. Okay. Or the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I thought I'm gonna count from 10. Bam, ba, bam, ba, bam, ba, 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 bum. Bum, ba, bum, bum. Raise Nexus. Oh, oh, Rick. I don't remember. Rick, did you speak here before? I'm not sure about that. You're an expert. Cool. Let's hear your expertise, man. Enlighten us. Emmanuel. Jack. Jack.
Hey, nice to meet you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're clear.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm from the Dominican Republic. I try to improve my English.
You're trying
Uh,
to improve your
what,
English.
yeah, what we are supposed to talk about in this chat. I'm new here, so
Okay, do you know what does it mean? Topic?
okay.
Okay. Okay. Wow. You got it so fast. Cool.
Hmm. What happened to him?
No. Maybe he's thinking about the topic right now. Mm,
Why Rick says something about the chat? He
wait.
can no, he can share that. Yeah.
I don't know what he's saying. I see Manboy, Nexus. Sharing the truth is dangerous. Ooh. Can you tell me why do you love talking about that? I really dislike such questions. Okay, why do you like ice cream? Why do you like pizza? Why do you like watching movies? Why do you like mm, driving a car? Come on, we just like. Okay, no need to explain deeper. Yep. It becomes an
What is the name of the? I'm sorry, the channel that this is being broadcasted.
philosopher.
Great, thank you.
But please subscribe the other channel also. I want to use that new channel later on. But I need some subscribers. And technically, we need only 5 more subscribers. Just 5. We're
One
so
question.
close.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go.
Why philosopher? I know philo comes from wisdom. I think from ancient Greek, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, yeah. Why philosopher? Why not philosopher? Because I wanted to create a nickname for myself and for the channel, and I created it. And what does it mean? It means for me, someone who believes that he thinks more clearly after he left the religion.
Okay, cool. Sounds interesting.
Bum, 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 bum. Can you understand the difference if they're so advanced, God or aliens? What was the name of the guy who proposed that? Clark? What Clark? Clark Kent. No, it's not Superman. What was his name? Arthur? No. Arthur C. Clarke? Maybe. Let me check. Bum, 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 ba, 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 bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. Mm, Really? He wrote 2001 Space Odyssey. Ooh, he wrote that? Wow. Mhm. I think this is the guy, yeah. He likes
You
space.
mean Rick?
Arthur C. Clarke. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, Arthur C. Clarke. Oh, Dashi, welcome. Dum, bum, bum. Yeah, we have engagement problem today.
I see people are not very
Talkative, yeah.
cheerful. I don't know why. What
They're
happened? But
not
yeah, up to it.
cheerful. Maybe because I'm not able to cheer them up. Yeah.
Maybe you should. Did you already talk about it a little bit?
I explained that. I can do it again.
I
So,
think maybe
I
they
just
need
wanted
some
to brainstorm.
encouragement.
That's
Maybe.
all. As you see, the topic is God or aliens. So, yeah, this guy, Arthur C. Clarke, claims that even if there is a God, we couldn't differentiate if there were so advanced aliens out there. So if they come here and they can pretend to be a god, we couldn't understand whether they are just aliens in this universe or he or she or they are God. We couldn't understand the difference. That's the claim. Okay. And the question is it the case though? And we need some believers for that. Who believes a God exists?
You asked the question who believe God exists.
Yeah.
Well,
Who? Of course
that's a
not.
tough one, you know.
Yeah.
Despite there is some Bibles, well, some Bible not, but it says on the beginning, like God was talking to other people, like He says, "Let's do the man as my own image and stuff." So, assuming that He was not alone, though, It's clear on the Bible that he was not alone on the creation of the mankind. So also I heard from some books that the word God is actually in plural, not singular, assuming that there must be more than one God based on that, on those books.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Sure. Which part? All of it?
Maybe you can summarize.
Okay. I said that the word God, based on some books, it says that is not singular but plural. Also, we need to take a good look at the Genesis on the Bible that God says, "Lest do the mankind has my own or our own images and resembles."
Okay. I've seen a movie where some aliens come to this planet and create humanity. So what I try to say, if if someone claims something, that means is it really true? Because that book says a lot of things, but to me it doesn't mean it's true.
Y-
Maybe it
yeah,
was true.
I mean, to answer to Manboy, actually, it's not include the Holy Bible or the Holy Book.
Not
It's
including the
just to
Holy
take
Book.
that as a reference, actually, because to be honest, we just need to read the Bible carefully, and we might find some intriguing truth there. Because there is even a talks about now Nabucodonosor king that says God transformed him into some type of animal.
And
So
why at all should we take anything that the Bible says seriously as opposed to any other holy book?
Yeah, that was the basic question that I asked. Why would you think that that's true, the claim? And I gave you another example of movies. There are many
yeah, it's
claims in those movies, right? But that doesn't mean they're
exactly
true.
exactly that. But it just taking that as a reference. It's not taking that as will be truth. For example, the Mahabharata, which is one of the oldest book that ever existed. It is Hindu, though we still don't know who wrote that, which is a mysterious thing, actually.
So the fact that it's old means that we should take it seriously. Is that what you're saying?
Not really, but the fact that was written by unknown person, to put it that way,
Which
or
person?
nobody actually know how happened, it should be taken into consideration, though, because the books not only talk about things like in the Bible, it talks even about math. There is where that Tesla, we know, scientific that invented a lot of things, actually says if you want to understand the universe, you need to understand the numbers. Like the numbers are the key to understand the universe, and that Mahabharata, I think, is the pronunciation.
I think that is
Talks.
just a post hoc rationalization. Like we can say that now, or at least you can assert that now we need to understand some sort of mathematical component to the scriptures. Whereas if I were to put myself in the minds of those who, let's say, were composing the scriptures, I would not have been looking at it from a mathematical perspective because I'm a first century fucking ignorant, illiterate farmer, most likely. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have access to any of that. I would just be writing what it seems to be, what my understanding is of the world as it is on the face of it, and not so much this mathematical component that seems to be just, again, something that where you can assert now post enlightenment, but before that there's no way they would have been looking at it from that perspective. It would have all just been what they thought their god was telling them to write, without any reference to mathematics. Like, what is the justification for assuming that?
You need a summary?
I'm not sure about that actually.
You're not sure
Oh, well,
about
if you're
whether you
not
need
sure about
summary.
it, maybe you shouldn't assert it. You know what I mean? If you don't know what you're talking about, perhaps don't speak on it. This is all just speculation from your point of view. Speculation without a shred of evidence to back up your claims. It's a little irresponsible. You have to forgive me. I eat theists for lunch.
Oh no, it's fine. No worries. No offense here actually.
That
But
makes
as
you
a
a
matter of
bipolar guy. Okay, we have Jose. Maybe Jose wants to engage with the topic. Can you understand the difference if aliens are so advanced? And our topic is God. Okay. Nope.
but what
Okay.
was the question by the way? I'm sorry. That he asked actually. I'm
What's
intrigued to find out actually.
I was trying to help you. Oh, can you repeat the question, Date, but in a nutshell?
Yeah. What justification is there for assuming that there is a mathematical component that we should consider with regards to the writing of the scripture?
Oh, got it now. Okay.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like, let's accept that, yeah, mathematics is the key to understand the universe, okay? Well, what does that mean? I mean, what we should understand from this statement? Because, yes, people can write about mathematics, how important it is. And we know that Indians, that they were into mathematics, right? Those numbers. But so what? It doesn't say anything about God. It doesn't say anything about aliens. Only book claims about gods, but that doesn't mean God part is true.
That's right. However, I got a question for you. I mean, what were you assuming? What would be an alien and what would be a god actually? Based on those claims that you mentioned that you
Okay,
said
well, I
that
want to put it there. I meant like God in general, you know, meaning. Like, I just use the word for the majority of the believers, which are Hindu people, Christians, Muslims, and they believe that God is a super powerful being who created the universe. And yeah, that's how I use the word God. And aliens are just, other creatures mm, in the universe.
okay, and what is your justification, if I may ask?
Justification for what?
I mean, for you said that aliens are other creatures, but God is. So I'm confused. I'm sorry.
Look, to name things, you don't need a justification. You just name things. You don't need to justify. For example, let's suppose you have a baby and you give a name to your baby. If I ask you, hey, what was your justification for that? For that name, what was your justification?
Well, I mean, I like to name things that got a meaning, but it's fine. It's okay. We don't need to go like deeper.
Yeah. Look, we
Yeah,
can, no problem. But you don't need a justification to name things, even if they don't exist. We have concepts, right? We can create things in our minds. We can name them.
yeah, but by naming things, you are able to identify that things or difference, make a difference actually. Let's say, for example, that a share, you have something that looks like a share, but next to it there is another thing that looks like a share, but the name of it is not a share. How you are going to make the difference? Like, I don't know if you understand the point, but it's fine.
I don't understand exactly, but don't you think that there's a difference between God and aliens the way that I define them?
Not really.
Not really. So, as I said, aliens are just creatures in the universe. Maybe like us, maybe way different than us, but again, in the universe. But God is a being who created the entire universe, including you and those aliens. Still no difference? Okay, then, so your answer is yes, you cannot understand the difference. Okay, no problem. You gave the answer. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's wait for people. Yeah, to me also he seems like a troll, and I don't have accounting for him, but he's close to 90%. Bum, 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 bum. Yep. How can you understand the difference, my believer friend? If there's a god and if there are very advanced aliens, how could you understand the difference if they somehow want to fool us? They come here and they pretend to be a god since they have all the technology that we can even not imagine, maybe. So they can, I think, easily pretend to be a god. Do you think that you could understand the difference?
Man boy can't defend the fact that his disgusting prophet Muhammad was nothing more than a pedophile. He can't handle it. He can't even defend it.
We don't need to defend such kind of accusations here because that's not our topic. So, Manboy, uh, okay, maybe next time. I don't know. I'm not sure. Should I? Should I? Yeah, yeah. Let's recreate. I think that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Bam, 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 bam. Oops, no way. No, it says Jack joined. No, 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 no. We can test it if you want, Jack. Uh, uh, Jack is here trying to be the first in the room. He thinks that he can take the control if he joins before me. Okay, let's check it out.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm doing great.
You're doing great.
He asked why you kicked him.
Yeah.
Philosopher.
Hey, man. Okay. Yeah, there is a topic: God or aliens? Can you understand the difference if aliens are so advanced? When I say they, I think it's clear, right? I mean the aliens.
Do you think alien exist?
I don't believe in aliens.
Yeah, even me, I don't believe it. Like, I don't think if alien would exist, they looks like human because, like,
You don't believe in them?
yeah,
Okay.
because when we look back to our evolution, then human human format like differently. It's like we could not imagine if we looked back in the past. That's why.
Julie, you can do it anytime, okay? I'm not following the chat. But if he tries to show the real face, do not hesitate. Yep.
Hi, brothers. How are you?
Hey, we're okay. How about you?
I'm also okay.
Okay.
What's your name, brother?
You can call me Phil.
Well, you are on.
Okay, he'll get a block.
Brothers.
Okay.
Brother.
Your voice is breaking a little bit. I think it's
Anyone,
more than a little bit.
this what?
Hey, Rijab. It's breaking, man. You're breaking. Your
Right?
internet is not cool. It's not cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Achilles, welcome. Soctopus, welcome. Okay, there's a motorbike guy here. They're all syllables. I can't read it. Okay. I've seen the apple first. What does that mean? Yeah, gods are aliens? Hmm. That's another claim. That's another claim. That's another claim.
Philosopher, I have a question.
Yeah.
Like we have some evidence that can predict aliens might be exist. What do you think about it?
You have what?
We have like some
Okay, but
evidences.
if you don't tell me what is that evidence, what can I tell you? Tell me what's the evidence.
Like 25 years ago, uh, message sent from the another planet to our satellite. This
How
was on
how they know
evidence.
it was a message?
I don't know what about it, but this would verified by experts.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's check it out. When did we get the bow signal? Probably you were mentioning about this. Let's check it out. Ooh, it's not wall signal. He's not talking about it. He's talking about something else. Um, yeah, I don't know, like what they got exactly. Motorbike rider. So maybe it was just a signal. Doesn't have to be a message. We're getting signals, right? We are
Yeah.
listening the universe,
I think
space.
it's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Habibi. Don't say.
Yeah, Phoenix, that's the problem. How can you test something you don't know, you don't understand? Hmm. Okay, two left. Two left for our baby channel. We need subscribers. Only two. I will stop begging after we got two subscribers. Yeah, we have problems. How to solve that? And that's the question, right? Like we always ask Phoenix. When people bring the design argument, how? Like how we can understand whether it's a design or not? Something that came back to Earth from Earth? Well, what do you mean, Scam? What do you mean by that? Okay, okay. I thought aliens would be a more interesting topic. After all these days talking about only God, seemingly it's not interesting for the people. Signal went out and bounced back. I think that's technically not possible, Scam, if I'm not wrong. It's not that hot of a topic. Seemingly. So our previous topic was also not that much hot. Ooh, we have real Jesus. Ooh. We should talk about anything or anyone but me. Okay, Jesus. Fighter, welcome. International. People. People. Okay, where are the believers? Even God is here. We need believers. More wine. Then you should give more water, Skimcha. Far to the left. We have Akram.
Hello.
Oh, it's you, Volk. Okay. Hello, Akram.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, you're
Hello.
audible. Yeah, you're audible.
Hello, philosopher.
Hello again.
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
Should I be muted? Should I be muted or what?
I'm thinking about that. Seemingly we have some problem that I couldn't figure out yet. Maybe it's not a problem. I feel like it's a problem. Bhagavad Gita. I'm becoming sleepy. Wow. 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 It's early. Okay. It's early to be sleepy. Um, huh. New room. New room, new chance. New room, new chance. Let's try the new room. Let's try the new room. Da, 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 da. Octopus. Oh, you got tired, Jack? Or what? Yeah, you sound sleepy as well. That doesn't count, okay? It's not fair. Hmm. Ahmed. Ahmed. Ooh, Stellar Luck. Love aliens. Okay. Brine. Brine.
Well, what do you think about aliens and God?
I couldn't hear you.
What?
Can you repeat the question?
What do you think about God or aliens?
What do I
Both
think
are
about
exist or
them?
not?
I don't believe that they exist.
What? Hmm, why?
Because I don't have good evidence for them.
Can you give me a proof?
And
I'm not
that's
debating
that's
with
the
you.
reason I don't have the proof. So how can I give you something that I don't have? That's the reason
Absence
why
of
I don't
evidence
believe.
is not absence of proof.
What? Come again?
Bro, absence of evidence is not absence of.
Oh, it's not absence of what?
Hello.
Okay, you're trying to speak. Man, either you're breaking or you're talking. And I don't want. I don't know what you're doing with the mic. Yeah, but yeah. Like no one claims that they don't exist. I just don't believe that they exist. Okay. So you should understand the difference. Okay. I didn't claim they don't exist because there's no good evidence. I said I don't believe because I don't have good evidence. That
Why
doesn't
you're
mean
not
they don't
believe?
exist. What?
Why
Wait a
are you
second.
don't believe?
Uh, Ahmed, y- Ahmed, Ahmed, you should stop.
Say,
You should stop moving the mic, okay?
say.
Y- You should stop that, yeah. Whatever you're doing with the mic, you should stop, okay? And when it comes to your question, I already answered many times. I don't believe because I don't have good evidence. Oh, really? Let me check. Oh, great. Cool, cool. Thank you for the people who subscribe. Jose, feel sober as a believer. Of what? Jose? Can you see me joining the room? I have no idea how it works, to be honest. Uh, I don't know your nickname. What your Gmail account, Phoenix? And I didn't share the link, so I don't think you could join. Here's the link that you can use.
ايوه العرب ايوه العرب.
Wow.
Brother philosopher.
Yeah.
Brother, say, listen me, listen. Absence of
Right.
evidence is not evidence of absence.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay,
Ahmed, seemingly you don't listen me or you don't understand me.
say.
I agree
Say,
with you.
why are you not believe in God?
If you ask the same question again, I will kick you. You should know that, okay? Because it means you don't
You said
understand what I'm saying, okay?
you said you
I
don't
answered
have
that question.
any evidence
That's
existence
why I
of God.
don't believe. Yeah. I don't have good evidence for God or for aliens. That's why I
So
don't believe.
absence of evidence is not absence of absence.
Okay. I'll mute you this time. Uh, yeah, I'll just mute you.
Can
Okay.
you debate with me?
I'll mute you.
Yes, avoid.
I don't want to
Can
debate
you
with you
debate with
because
me?
you don't
Yes.
understand English. Okay. I don't want to debate with you because you don't understand English, or maybe you don't understand things. That's why I don't want to debate with you. You keep repeating the same things. I say, yes, I agree with you. And you keep repeating the same things as if we didn't have an agreement. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. That only means either you don't understand or you don't understand. Anyway, Phoenix, again, I don't know your name. That's why I don't know whether it works or not. So mostly they unmute themselves, they start speaking, they say, "Hey, I'm here." Then yeah, we can understand that, but we can try. My image is just green with the letters PH. I don't see someone like that in the room. By the way, you can test it by yourself. You see my room on the screen, and I don't see PH. Did you use the link that I sent? This one. Maybe I'm blind. Guys, do you see anyone here with letters PH? No, I don't see. Phoenix, oh yeah, now you are in the right place. You are in the right place, right place. The mic button is on the top of your screen. Only one move left, PH. One move. I assume your purpose was to talk here? If not, that's a little bit awkward because you could listen through YouTube, which is more beneficial for me, by the way. But if you are trying to use the mic, yeah, it's on the top. There are icons for mic, camera, signal, hang up, And it says welcome message also. That's the part where you can unmute yourself. Anyway. Okay, anyone who believes that God exists in the room on YouTube. Any believers? Believers. I'm getting so bored.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Phoenix.
Ah, you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Okay, super. No, I was not sure exactly how it works, so I tried many times and now it seemed to work.
Just trying to help.
Yeah, it helped now. Now I think it works.
Obviously, yeah.
Yes, I'm not such a fluent English speaker.
Okay, you're
So
on the right
maybe,
spot. This website is indeed for practicing languages.
yes, I Googled the website first because I have never heard of it. And then you're right, they said it's like a platform to connect with other people and to train English and so. Yes. But maybe at first I will just listen, continue to listen to the discussion, and
If
maybe
you can
later.
find, I hope you can do that. That's what we hope for. Some conversation, discussion, but we don't have it yet.
Yeah.
That's
Or
the biggest
maybe
problem.
if it's okay for you, maybe I try to propose one answer to the question we have.
Sure.
But basically, we already communicated via the YouTube chat. Like I think to be able to say whether what we observe is a signal we observe comes from aliens or from God, I think we need to clarify first which are the traits we think God has, and which are the characteristics of the aliens. Like in the chat, I said, for me, basically, one characteristic of God is that God is not created. So if somehow we can, in case we encounter aliens, somehow we can then check, okay, are you created or not? If we find out they are not created, then maybe they are like gods or so.
Okay, but here's the problem. So you already
Yes.
accepted the problem. How to do that? Like, do we know how to understand if something is created or not? Do we know that?
That's the question. That's the
Okay,
big question.
I think that's not a big question. It's a very small question for me. Let's
Okay.
assume we know how to
Mhm.
figure out whether something is created or not. Okay, let's assume.
Mhm.
If we know that advanced aliens, they also know it, right? They know it better.
Yes. Yes.
So if
Yes.
they know it, like if you know how it works, then you can fake it, or you can change the evidence, like a scene where you make things as if it's the case, but indeed it's not the case. So what I'm trying to say, aliens can play with the evidence so that they can trick us that, oh wait, this is not a design, because we know what is a design, what is not, and they also knew it, and they played with the evidence. They showed us the way that it is not designed. So again, we could be, you know, without good arguments.
You know what? I absolutely agree. Like if these aliens are more advanced than we are, we have no real method to be sure that they do not outsmart us or like exactly like you described it. So
Fuck. I like
yes,
wasted at least 2 minutes to explain what I wanted to say, but the word outsmart was so easy. Wow. Okay, thanks.
yeah, yeah.
I could
So
summarize.
I agree. It would be, yes, very difficult, or not, or if not even completely not possible to be sure. Yes, to be sure, I would say. Thanks for the discussion. Maybe I mute myself and continue to listen to the other people.
Okay, okay, okay.
Just maybe one remark. I really enjoyed your setting, like the idea behind the channel, and that people can communicate and just talk about different things. So it's very good.
Well, thanks for appreciating. I hope we can reach more people. That would be more beneficial for each of us. Yeah. Okay. Again, thanks for the subscribers on the second channel. Yeah, it's 51. Yeah, I will stop asking for subscribers, but if it happens, it mostly happens. Some people unsubscribe. Then maybe I might say, "Hey guys, please subscribe again." Yeah, Julie, we did it today. Um. Bum, 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 bum. The quality of life is getting better. Maybe, yeah. Oh, Jack got bored. Oh, he was sleepy. Yeah, finally, yeah. Should do one thing there. Still, it's not ready for live. And by the way, like, I even don't know if I can go live on, both channels because my setup is not that much powerful. It's enough for this one, but can I stream on both? I don't know. Or maybe it doesn't require more features. I don't know. But yeah, we will try. So, about what? Can you speak up, Julie, if it's possible? Because
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
using 2 times
oh,
RAM to understand.
sorry. Yeah, let me just fix. I don't know. Every time that I unmute, something happens with the volume.
Oh, that problem. Yeah, you have that problem.
Hello?
Yeah, audible. Test, test, test.
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's just low.
Oh, okay. It's just for now, or it was always like this? I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. It's been like this for a while, so I don't know. I told you the other day.
Yeah, I know that problem.
Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking if you open on both channels, right? And you, I'm guessing that you're going to do this simultaneously.
Yeah.
What if half the people who are in one stream move to the other? Won't that decrease the numbers in the main channel too much?
If they move to the other channel?
Yeah, because probably they won't be using two devices to be in each channel. So
They definitely like they will follow through one channel, but like the
Mhm.
people will read like imagine a person scrolling, we don't know where, on shorts or
yeah.
so the ones on shorts they will catch this true and they will start watching there and the
Oh,
others
okay. So
yeah
you're hoping on capturing new people.
yeah like
Sure.
hmm.
Yeah, I think that that's. But there's a thing. How are you going to stream on the vertical screen?
Like I tried that. You remember?
Yeah, but it's really small.
Yeah, but we. I mean, okay, it's not. Yeah, it doesn't seem good, but mostly audio is important, right?
Sure.
So that's why I was like, I don't, you know, think about it that much. You know,
I was
like the
thinking.
thing is, if somehow we can grow, maybe we will not need free for talk. And if that will be the case, then then uh, I can bring more other solutions. So only like this screen, like free for talk screen, makes it right small, and there's a big, huge space right on the page. So that's why it looks very small. And there's a chat box also. And the chat box, when you have people through YouTube, you don't need this chat box, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking something that's probably too convoluted because
Okay.
you can't probably use the same StreamYard account to use
I
them in
can.
two devices at once. You can?
Two devices at once?
Yeah, because you could you could actually do the vertical live on a phone, and then it would look like the screen on your phone, which is vertical, and it would fill the screen, the YouTube screen.
You don't need two devices for this. There is a extension for OBS you can download and use to set up two streams at the same time
Oh, okay.
from one device.
Yeah, the problem is that the screen in the vertical one looks very small. So I was
No.
thinking about a way to fill the.
I can send the link. I can find a send link. You can customize both of them separately.
That's very cool.
Customer. I think like he's missing the point. No, Julie. So, well, let me explain. Uh, what we mean, just debate. This screen that I share, it looks awkward in the vertical screen. So imagine you're looking at this screen on your phone vertically.
Yeah, but you can customize it.
You can't customize this screen.
Why not? Why not?
Like, can you do it right now? This screen, free for talk screen.
Yeah, you can.
How?
Let me show you. Give me a little bit of time.
Okay, take your time. Wow. He just joined for talk and he knows something very interesting that we don't know. Okay. Cool. Yes, God doesn't protect not even innocent kids. Seemingly, yeah. Okay. God or aliens, can you understand the difference? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Boo 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 boo. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Phoenix, you gonna use Mac? Oh, he did it. And he said he's waiting for other people. The people that we're not able to find today. Yeah, God or aliens? How can you understand the difference if aliens are so advanced? That's our topic. And I don't know. I will never bring this topic again. I mean,
Yeah, bad
in
topic.
as a topic. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Since no one is talking.
You mean Phoenix?
I know you.
Come on,
Phoenix is
Joel.
also not
Why the
talking.
hell are you asking permission for a question?
Okay. I was going to ask. You said you don't believe in both, right? But do you concede that one is more possible than the other?
Do I consider one is more possible than the other? Maybe I can say aliens.
You can say aliens.
Maybe I can say aliens are.
Maybe, okay. But when it comes to when it comes to the topic of miracles, why would God would be your first choice if you can concede that aliens have a better chance of existing?
That doesn't mean God has a very low chance. Again, like the way that I reason about God is not different than humans. So humans are causers. We cause things also, like the things in the universe. We consider them as natural. Like we're not being sure. At least I'm not very sure about that. But yeah, it looks like it's natural or there's no intention behind. And they also cause things. And the difference is intelligence we bring, right? Or awareness when we cause things. And that doesn't mean we cause everything intentionally, but the ones that we intentionally cause, like the devices that we created and other things, right? So that's the difference. And we don't know whether there is a cause for the universe or not. And if there is a cause, then we have only two options. Either the cause is like the natural things in this universe, which I mean without intention, or it's like us. And yeah, only thing, well, we don't know that whether there's a cause, and we don't know also whether aliens exist or not. But when it comes to the miracles, the claim that aliens exist and gods exist, you accept that if that's the case, if they're aliens, you put one more assumption and you're saying, wait, yeah, they exist, plus they are tricking us. And the first contact or the need to trick us for very advanced, beings, to me it seems less likely. It's like we're tricking a child, or we are tricking. But if I give this example, probably you will immediately think that, for example, animals, like, well, yeah, we do trick the animals, but for mostly catching them, right? Like we eat them, and that's why we trick them. But for very advanced aliens, I like that. This is like creating argument from ignorance. I see that, but if they're so advanced, I don't think they would need us for something to get benefit. And followingly, they wouldn't need to lie us. But can I say no, they would never lie? No, I can't say that. But somehow I see that less likely. So that's why. And again, like, how do I test? I start praying. Again, why the hell were it was aliens who just realized us or came here? They listen my prayer and they wanna respond by tricking me. Again, I don't know the answer. Maybe they have some reason, but I see it less likely. If God, you know, in a sense that who created the universe and us. It makes more sense that this God is listening and saying, "Okay, fuck, enough. I will make him believer right now." To me, it makes more sense. But still, I'm
Okay.
working on it, Julie.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. So if the aliens were the creators, you would still consider them gods, right?
They were the creators of what?
Of everything, or at least the ones in charge of running. Let's say that it's an experiment, and even though they weren't the ones who planted the first seeds, they are the ones observing. So if it's part of an experiment and you ask for something and somebody who's watching the screen says this person is requesting this, I'm going to just give them what they want to see how they react, because somehow this is part of the experiment. Would you consider them gods?
But before coming there, when we speak like very advanced beings, I think that would be a very expensive experiment for them. And like we like now we do not need samples of things to experiment a lot of things. We just write programs and we test a lot of things, right? So it could be in that way, and I believe they could do
Simulation?
it better than that.
So why not? I mean, you're just pointing that the simulation is way more possible, even.
I didn't say that.
Well, you said that if this was an experiment, it would make more sense for it to be a simulation because it would cost less
No,
resources.
uh,
No?
it's- well, what I meant, they wouldn't need to experiment on a real thing. I think they would prefer to create a simulation on their own,
Okay.
on their planet, and they would do
Maybe
the
this is
things there. Oh, if you're saying maybe this is that simulation, okay, then like they're not aliens anymore for me. So they're like
sure.
gods, like who created
Yeah, that's a good point.
this
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Okay, but you still think that if somehow a miracle happens, it's liar aliens.
I told you that the simulation would be my go-to. Then
Oh,
after that, I would probably go for aliens because, as you were saying, sure, we do trick other people and other species into when we need something, we kind of do that. So if we are taking how we react and how we behave and extrapolating that, as you are doing with the creator analogy, we can do that with the liars also.
wait a second. I have no idea how to share a picture with you, though. Oh, yeah, you cannot share it right now because you're not verified. Just debate. Oh, you should repeat, Julie. I missed the point.
Um, I remember. Oh, right. You were using an analogy of us as creators and saying that based on that behavior, you could also. Sorry, my voice is distracting me.
Wait, there's an echo?
Only on my side because I'm using another device for YouTube.
Oh, just mute
So
YouTube.
yeah, I just did that. So you're using this analogy of humans as creators, and therefore, if we extrapolate that into God, then God would be a creator, and that would make sense for us to exist and have a creator. And I was saying, as you also said, that we also use lying as a strategy for a lot of things, and not only with other people, but actually other species when there's something to gain. So if there was a possibility even that this was somehow an observation experiment run by other more advanced civilization, you could also extrapolate that behavior of us lying into them lying. and saying, yeah, let's just answer prayers and see what happens.
Yeah, but again, as I said, uh, if they're that much advanced, they wouldn't need such a big scale experiment. They could do it in their computers, way cheaper. When I see
But what
cheaper,
if,
effortless.
yeah, but what if this isn't like the computer experiment? It would be something to come to conclusions of this alien civilizations, us, that they encountered. But what if they actually want to study our behavior? They happened to
They want to
encounter
study
us.
our
Yeah, like,
behavior.
yeah, they just saw us. They were traveling around the universe, let's say, and they
Okay.
ran into this planet.
But
Okay.
like we have all the shades of behaviors on this planet. If they were just observing us, even by observing, they could figure out every fucking thing about us. They could measure our brains signals and everything. Like, I think they can do it without interfering.
Oh, but what if they can't? What if
They
they
cannot.
don't have that kind of? Yeah, sure. I mean, what if the ability that they have is, for example, conjuring up matter where there's nothing? For example, if you say, "I would ask for 5 spoons in my desk,"
Oh no,
on,
no,
on,
no,
on
not spoons. Like I will never use that example anymore.
okay, okay, then another phone, let's say,
Another
and
phone makes good sense. Yeah.
okay, and they have the ability to make another phone appear. And let's say that what they are trying to survey is whether people who call themselves skeptics would actually turn the skeptic eye off when that kind of evidence, that kind of blunt evidence is presented to them.
Okay, but I know myself again. Like, but I think they can see the result. What I'm gonna do, I think they could easily anticipate. So they even don't. I don't think they need to just show it, right?
But are you sure 100%?
Oh no, no, nothing. Come on, I'm not hundred
Okay, yeah,
percent
yeah,
sure about
certainty, sure.
anything. Yeah, but again, like a technology that can make them travel here, I think that
That
technology
doesn't
could
mean
be
that they
enough
can
for.
read minds.
That doesn't mean like we even can read minds right now. Like in a
What?
sense, like
What do you
the
mean?
MRI scans, like it tells a lot of things, right? So yeah, we
Oh,
are
yeah,
still
but
crawling like a baby in that field, but
sure, but making projections over how somebody will react,
ooh,
I don't
like
know.
you just forgot like our choices, like they predict what we're gonna say, think that they're not doing those things.
Yeah, but for conclusive results, you can't just assume that's going to happen. It's like when science is about repetition, right? So when scientists are making experiments on mice, for example, even though a mice may behave in the way that they expected it to, that doesn't mean that they quit the experiment then and just move on. They need to repeat it several times. So it would be part of the testing.
Okay. So they're not so advanced then to me.
Oh, you want them to be okay, but that sounds like you're comparing them to literal gods, like they're almost all powerful.
No, they don't have to be all powerful. Yeah, but your aliens are like very,
Human?
very close to us.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
doing
maybe.
experiments with living things and trying to understand. They cannot anticipate how an organism behave. They cannot study without touching, interfering.
Yeah,
It's very
but well,
human.
I think if yeah, but just think if we were, yeah, again, I'm using humans. I think if we were to encounter that a civilization that is slightly less advanced than ours. Let's not say even the same, just a little less advanced. Do you think that we would go and present ourselves like, hey, we are from another planet? Or do you think that we, or at least governments, wouldn't take their time to observe their behavior first before acting?
Oh, can you repeat that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I'm making this too complex. But
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Just try it again.
okay, so uh, let's imagine that this advanced civilization is actually just us who can travel a little further into space and find a civilization that can't travel, that a civilization that is like ours right now. And do you think that we would present ourselves just arriving there and saying we're here and we're curious about you, or do you think that the people in charge of those missions to space would say we need to test these people first before we act, so we can assess how dangerous they are, how much we can displace them out of their planet, how much we can drain their resources, or even just to establish communication? I think it would make
But,
sense.
again, you can observe.
Yeah, but observation only gets you so far.
Get you so far? What do you mean?
Observation can get you to a point, but if you want another kind of data, you need to start experimenting. I mean, you need to
What kind
start
of
putting
data, for example?
how people react in duress, for example,
In what?
or how in extreme situations.
Okay, like there
So,
must be extreme situations already, and they can observe that.
but yeah, but what if they can't be waiting for another, let's say, earthquake? So, if they have the technology to make it happen, it would make sense that they made it happen, right?
Oh, okay, so like if the earthquake is an extreme situation for them, then yes, like we can create earthquakes.
Hmm. Then what if what they're trying to assess is what these people do in regards of belief? What if they are gauging belief on that planet and how people react to it, what people consider evidence and what they dismiss?
They can also understand all those things through observation.
uh, it's okay, not really, because for the experiment would be conducted on people who are very skeptical and
Yeah.
people who are demanding evidence, like you, for example,
Why the
demanding a
hell?
miracle.
Okay, like they discover a planet and let's find the skeptics on this planet and let's test them. And what a mission is
Why
that?
not? Why not? I
Yeah,
would be
I'm not
curious,
saying
wouldn't you?
not. I'm not saying not, but like, don't you think it's less likely, to do such kind of experiment, or the anticipation is less likely. So, like, what do you do? Like when we discover things, we go observe, check, right? Yes, we can test things also, but this very specific example, okay, skeptics, like that's like philosophy mission or something. What's that?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not impossible. Yes, true,
uh-huh.
but
Yeah, it takes a lot. Yeah, I understand that, but my point about this being more possible than God is if we rewind everything and we start by existence itself, it's
but which one is more simple, Julie?
Mhm.
God who created everything already, and listening people, observing people, and
Mhm.
sometimes interacting. And he just wanted to interact this time. He wanted the answer. Versus aliens discover another planet. They want to test skeptic people, and they want to do that through lying. I
When you
believe
put
they're
it like that.
but because like that's the thing, right? So I pray to a god, they respond, but they're not gods. They know that they're not gods, so they test through lying. Again, this is also
Yeah, but what if?
possible.
But you're assuming that they are only testing the skeptic people, like they're going around the universe only looking for skeptics, and that makes it more less likely, let's say. But what if they're testing several things, and among those things, this is just one of them? That decreases the unlikelihood a lot.
Uh, I think like they could test a lot of things without lying.
Without lying, like,
Yeah.
so if you're trying to assess the thing that I was mentioning, how would you go about it without lying?
You can clarify it again.
Yeah, if what they're trying to test is the amount of evidence it takes people who won't accept the the evidence that most people take, uh, let's say skeptics, if they are trying to assess the amount of evidence that it takes for a skeptic to turn their skeptic eye off and just believe in a miracle and just believe in a deity.
That's not
I know it's a
the true case of me. So if I start believing, that doesn't make me non-skeptic. Like I would say, like I just believe, and my belief wouldn't be very deep or strong. I would be still okay. Like I understand the fact that maybe there's some asshole aliens there flying around and trying to, you know, fake
cool
the
people.
god.
Yeah.
So, but if the evidence is consistent, this is the second part of the thing, Julie. Okay, let's suppose
Mhm.
this communication becomes consistent. Okay,
Okay.
and
You mean with the same people? I mean, with the same person or in general?
let's say like with me. Okay, so I'm the one who's
Okay.
praying for such a
Hmm.
miracle, right? So I hope aliens visit me, not other
Okay.
people.
That's an
Uh,
invitation.
yeah. So, but the thing is, like, let's suppose that communication became consistent. So, well, what do I have to? I mean, either I should go with this evidence. Like, this is an evidence, right? That there is
Hmm.
something not, going very natural, or what we know of. It's very different, and most likely the cause is not humans. So we have
Hmm.
such an evidence. So we don't have many options here, right, Julie? So like, like these two options are not the only two options. Okay, God, aliens, what else? Time travel or humans?
Simulation.
No, no, but I don't want to put simulation, because again,
Okay.
simulator is like, like a god for me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So like, can you bring more options? God, aliens, time travel, or humans?
I wouldn't even go time travelers because just because they can time travel doesn't mean that they can create matter out of nowhere. That would take a lot more.
But that doesn't
So
mean they cannot also.
sure, but I would put that really down the list. I think that God and aliens are the prime ones.
Oh,
If you
okay, but
put the
like,
simulators within God.
but do we have many options here? That's the thing.
Other than God and aliens, you mean it's not a dichotomy? Sure, it's not.
Sure, it's not. Yeah, I know that, but
Yeah.
can we bring more options here? Like 100 options?
If you have a lot of imagination, probably. I can't.
Well, you know my imagination, and I
Yeah,
could only bring 3.
I wouldn't even put the third one there.
Like, I could put the fourth one, like time traveler aliens. So this is the fourth one.
Oh God.
If
Simulator
I
time
may,
traveler aliens.
yes,
Hey,
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Yeah.
yes. I didn't want to stop the conversation, but I think basically the three options are the only reasonable ones, because it's either a being or beings which are more intelligent and capable than we are, so maybe aliens, or God, or maybe beings just like us, so other humans, but which are more developed than we today. So, like you said, time traveling humans or so.
Oh, that's the fifth
What about
one. Yeah, I was
what
thinking
about
about that. I forgot that. But I was
what about wizards?
about what?
Wizards. If we're taking aliens, why not take magic and wizards and magic tricks?
Okay. I think that's the most
Okay,
likely
fair enough.
explanation, maybe, but it depends on the condition. Okay, so here's the thing: like, how many people joined here and they said, "Come to India" or "Come to this place"?
Yeah,
So,
come to India.
if such a miracle happens in that, you know, um, I don't know the word, but like, if it happens like that, no, I don't buy that. Okay, because people can set their magic show freely, because I don't observe. I'm not all knowing, all seeing being. I'm not. So I'm sitting in my room. If you outside on the street prepare a magic show, okay, if you're the daughter of David Copperfield, so I cannot know what you're doing, how you're doing, okay? And if you say, "Hey, come, I heard you ask for a miracle, I'm gonna show you a miracle." No, I don't buy that, because like, what I'm asking, you can set up things the way that, you know but again, like, I could ask different things, so maybe I could even test those magicians.
Mhm.
But
But
it
I'm
is
not talking about. No,
you're talking about what?
I'm not talking about like false magic like the one that we have. I'm talking about if we're considering supernatural things like probably God, why not go full range supernatural and say that magic somehow is real in this dimension, or interdimensional beings who actually have magic somehow made it to this one, and now there's real magic. So think of someone who can actually give you what you want.
Oh, okay, good one. That's good one. Okay, so we're increasing the list. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think it's more likely than aliens?
No, no.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what I thought.
Why not? Yeah, but why not?
Why not? Oh, why not? Yeah.
Oh, okay. What about, is it more likely than God?
Is it more likely than God? I don't know. Julie, like, God is a cause, right?
Just a cause.
Yeah, just a cause. Like us, not exactly like us, but again,
Mhm.
intelligent cause. So we are also intelligent causes. So why this is less likely than other things, I don't understand.
Because it's not, I mean, it's a cause if you're just assuming that he's the one who created the universe, but we are talking about responding to miracles. And in this case, it isn't only a cause anymore. It's a cause that has agency and that has a power to create matter out of nowhere.
Sure. We're
So
including
it's like
those things
magic.
also. It's like magic, okay. So magical God versus magical humans, magical animals, magical aliens. So we should also apply magic to all those
Sure.
subjects. Okay, what else?
Maybe one idea.
Okay.
I would say if you order the likeliness of aliens, God, and magicians, for example, I would actually say the more probable explanation for me would be magicians or wizards.
Oh,
Why?
Okay, but
Yes,
I want to ask this question quickly.
yes.
I'm sorry, like, I don't want to forget this one. So which one is less likely to lie us among all those options that we presented so far?
I can't say that. I know that you probably are going for God. I can't say that because I don't have any examples of gods who aren't liars, because I simply don't have any
Yeah,
examples
I
of gods
understand.
at all.
But one can create things literally out of nothing, as you defined. He can create the entire universe, but the others are just either imitators, and in all cases, they're all liars.
Yeah, they're all liars. The only one who wouldn't be lying to us would be a God that doesn't lie. But we have no reason to assume that God wouldn't lie.
Yeah, but why, like, we lie? Why do we lie?
It's a strategy to. Actually, I don't think that there's one reason.
Sure, definitely. Oh, what's that? Someone is shooting us. No way. Who's that?
It's Goku
Goku, it's you. What was that?
clapping another angel.
Goku, maybe you should go to YouTube and hear the background noise that you have. Now, I believe it's because of internet. Or maybe...
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, like, yeah, agreed. There are many reasons for us to lie. Okay. But what's the purpose? I mean...
That's what I was saying. I was going to say it's to get something that we want, but there are people who just lie for fun. There are people who lie for compulsion.
Okay, for fun. So again, it's like they need fun, they get fun, they do it for fun. Again, they want to get something.
The compulsive ones, they sometimes get into trouble because they can't stop themselves. It's just like something that they can't stop.
Okay. So you're saying that if there is a God who can create the entire universe and everything in the universe, he could be doing
Maybe it's
the lie part for just for fun.
or it could be a chronic liar. Could
But
be like
wait a second, Julie. I prayed to that God, which is a liar God. I said, hey, God, if you exist, please make my phone disappear. And this liar God disappeared my phone. Why I should call him a liar?
yeah, that's not a lie. Yeah. So the God wouldn't be a liar. In any case, even if the God is a liar, if he considered your miracles, he wouldn't be a liar. But
yeah, so
yeah, if anyone has a pure motivation to fulfill your miracles, it would be God. Yes, I agree on that. Okay. But what I'm going for is judging the existence of this being in the first place. It would make less sense to me to assume that a God is the thing when aliens make more sense, simply because I feel like aliens could exist more than God, and then anything that comes afterwards comes out of that existence.
liar aliens, liar magicians. Oh, okay. I think Phoenix mentioned, but like it was not very loud. I want to repeat that. Another option is advanced humans who was already here, not aliens, just they're so advanced in technology, they just hide. Like we have the conspiracy right now. So I think that's also an option.
Yeah, superhumans, sure.
Yeah, superhumans.
Maybe there was an event like, yeah.
Yeah, go on, Phoenix. And by the way, sorry, I interrupted you. If you remember, what was that thing?
Yes, I think I said for me between the three options, which is more likely to be real or to be the case, I would say that wizards maybe manipulated us in believing in false gods and so is maybe the more likely option, because compared to aliens, for example, we have not observed any aliens yet as far as we have looked into the sky. But wizards are on the same planet as we are, so maybe because they're closer to us, or people claim to be wizards, maybe they did some kind of trick that we did not understand. And I always say that physics often works in strange ways. So who knows, because maybe they have a way to manipulate matter and things so that it appears like we get the miracles we ask for example. Then the second likely option, I would say, would not be aliens for me, but God, because I will come to it at the end. Because from God, if he exists, he has characteristics which would easily explain what we observe. Like, for example, I said the wizards are on the same planet as we are, so they're closer to us. But God, even if he's not very near to us, apparently, or in the way we see him, we say he's everywhere at the same time. So he could do such miracles even if he's very far away. Now, why I say that very advanced aliens is maybe the least likely option is that sure, maybe there are some beings way more developed than we are, but really I think this would be very, very impressive beings. Like they have incredible powers, working at very high distances. They must be very, very intelligent to fool us, because we are also quite intelligent, I would say. So for me, if such kind of aliens would exist, it would be for me even a miracle. Like, okay, wow, the world is completely crazy, but it is possible. But I would say this is how I would try to look what is more likable possible. I don't know, my English is not so good, guys.
Man, you're doing
Yeah,
so good. Come on.
Actually, you actually managed to make me put aliens in the third place.
Fuck, how?
Because when he was saying that, I started considering something else. I think that my first one would be still simulation. The second one would be I lost my mind and I'm just hallucinating. This is all a product of my imagination. I'm lost. And that would be way more believable than aliens or God.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like the hallucination part, like sure we should definitely put it in the list, but like because of my example, we don't need to put that because like as I said, I need repetition in my test. If it happens once, I'll immediately open my fucking camera to tell, hey, wait a second, like let's throw out the
But
that option.
Sure, but you're talking about a one-off hallucination. Like maybe I hallucinated this phone. But what I'm talking about is, I don't know if you've seen, this is like a trope on TV where you have this show about something supernatural, and in one of the episodes, the protagonist wakes up in a mental institution and they tell them, you have been living in here for like 5 years, and everything that you've been seeing and all the people that you have been interacting with have been part of that delusion. Please stay with us, because this is real life, and that other life that you're living over there, it's an alternative version that you created out of a traumatic event. So even if you tested like 1,000 times and you call your friends and you call your family, they are all part of the illusion.
These things are happening.
Sure. If you go into that kind of altered state of mind, you can believe that everything that you're living is completely real, but you're actually catatonic in real life, and everything is just created in your mind. You're living an alternative reality in your head.
Do you believe that you're in such a life right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
It's possible, isn't it?
It's possible, but do you believe or not? So like it's the same thing. Like, do you think that you're just brain in a vat?
I don't know.
You don't know, but do you believe that this is the case, or you mostly go, no, I'm not. I'm just a human in this universe. So you go with which one?
Let's say that I choose to operate in the way that it favors my surroundings, but I wouldn't say I really don't believe that's the case because I don't have anything to assess whether that's true or not.
Okay, but like, you go with the other one, right? Like the one that you experience. So which one you
Because it's
experience?
viable.
Yeah,
Sure,
okay.
but experience is not enough, right?
What do you have more than the experience right now?
We have nothing, just our experience.
Yeah, but so that's all right. Like, well, based on our experience, we just shape a reality in our minds.
Mhm.
And we just accept that, like axioms. We go with it.
Sure. So you're saying that it would be like sort of the Matrix thing. Like if even if we're living in the Matrix, it's not to be considered a falsehood. So even if this is just an illusion in our minds,
Yeah.
even if we're actually crazy in a mental institution, and I'm not talking to you right now, everything that's happening is real.
So like again, like even in that state, that would be a good evidence for me to have the belief. So that's all the question, right? How can I believe a God exists? Doesn't matter where exactly, in this life or in that, you know, state of mind. You said catatonia, right?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, if that's the case, yeah, even in that place, I would be a believer with the same
Okay.
evidence. Or if this is a simulation, still the same thing applies.
Okay, I see your point. So it would be context. It would be bound to context.
We are just bound to the context always.
Sure, but that wouldn't mean that God exists, right? That would only mean that
Yeah, I would
now.
never be sure about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
So
would
there
be an
is no way
agnostic
to
believer.
assess. Sure, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less, but then what we're saying is that there is no actual way to assess.
Oh, to be sure. But yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I
So,
cannot be sure.
but you would still believe that it was God.
Oh, yeah, I would. Yeah.
I don't know if I would. I mean, I like to say I wouldn't and I would consider those things, but in reality, I don't know. Maybe it would take only a miracle. I don't know.
Resistant non-believer. Okay.
That's not resistant. Come on.
This is not okay. So, is there any way, Julie, to believe that God
That's
exists for you?
that's what I'm saying. Maybe it would be a lot more simple than I like to think. I'd like to think that I would put all those things in analysis that I'm telling you right now, but in reality, maybe it would just happen. Maybe it wouldn't even be my phone magically disappearing. It would be something like most people who have a personal experience go through. I don't know. All I'm saying is that if there's an all powerful God, they should know.
Okay. Well, what about majority of the scientists come to an agreement that a God exists?
Through science,
Yeah, through science.
I mean, it could be considered the God hypothesis or the God theory, and they would have to present it, and then sure, maybe.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say that means that God exists. I would say then it's likely.
Okay.
Yes, I
Sure.
think I do not know her name, the person who just talked, but I think
Julie?
she's right. Like for me, there is a difference between natural sciences, like empirical sciences, and sciences like mathematics, for example. Because for empirical sciences, actually they never say we know for certain. They only say, so far as we have analyzed the case,
This is
this
the
is
best
the actual
explanation.
state. Exactly. And in
Ah,
case we find 10 years later, or maybe we made a false measurement in this area, then we change the actual state. So if empirical scientists would say, yes, we are sure he exists, I don't. I would be skeptical about the proof.
Now let me like muddle the water again. What if? I mean, let's suppose like it happened, and we say, "Come on, guys! Like, you all gone crazy? Like, how?" They say we have evidence. Like, we have great evidence. Okay, but what if the evidence comes from aliens?
Then we are lost. I mean, if the information comes from someone which is smarter than you and of whom you are not sure if it's the truth or not, then we are lost. Like if you cannot trust them, or also if you cannot trust our measurements, instruments, or even our senses. So these are like the basic requirements we need to even dare to state anything. But you're right, if the evidences used by the scientists came by trickster aliens more advanced than us, then
Yeah,
then
but
we really do not.
now I want to ask another question. Can we do science if we think that, come on, like we don't have to trust this data because the data can be just the product of the trickster alien?
Have you seen Dark City, Phil?
Dark City?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I have to check it.
Yeah, I would recommend that movie for you. It's sort of sci-fi.
Sort of sci-fi.
No, it's actually sci-fi. It's full sci-fi.
Wait a second. This is the one? Maybe I have seen it. I'm not sure. That's 98. I feel like I've seen this and I got really bored. Let me check.
Oh, came out at the same time of The Matrix, and everyone was talking about The Matrix, and it didn't get that much traction. But I think that the subject is actually very. So anyway, let me spoil it a little bit. Can I?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go.
Okay, so it's about this guy who wakes up in like a hotel room and he's completely lost, and he's been they're saying that he murdered someone. I don't remember exactly because it was a long time ago. But then he starts running and he has these memories of this life that he had. And he has a memory of his wife and family, but now he's lost and he doesn't even know who he is. And then we start learning that there's actually this advanced alien civilization that they kind of have one mind. They don't have separate minds. They have a collective consciousness. There are several beings who share a consciousness. And they're actually experimenting on this group of humans that they got from Earth. And what they do is they, every night when they go to sleep, they plant a new life in them. So one day you can be a king, and the next day, just for the experiment to see how you react, they kind of make you into a worker, like I don't know, a railroad, a rail. Well, you know what I mean. And they change the settings, they change the memories, they change the people constantly to see if anyone notices, and nobody notices until the very end, the protagonist. So it's kind of like this, right? They could set everything up. You could exist for only today, and everything that we have found could be a complete fiction. It could be complete fabrication. Like, if we are going to start measuring things like that, we don't have any reason to believe that even evolution, which is extensively backed by science, is any more real than any other thing, because they could have planted the fossils, they could have put the sediment layers in a way that we would consider that's actually proof, when it's just been manipulated for us to see it that way.
That was the point that I was trying to make, Julie. So,
Yeah, but
when
that's
we do science,
hyper-skepticism.
that's very hyper, yeah. So, when we do science, we proceed as if universe is not lying to us. It doesn't have tricks. But if we go one step further, by saying, okay, what about those trickster? Okay, we like observe, right? For example, the lens effect of gravity, right? We may see galaxies even behind other galaxies because the galaxy between, because of the gravity, the light can come even, behind the galaxy because it's creating a lens effect. Okay, and that's how we can observe them, right? But when we bring aliens, liar aliens, in the equation, there's no way to trust anything. Like there's no need to measure things. Like imagine someone say, "Hey, what about the aliens, man? Like you're using these telescopes. What if they sent just light to fool you?" Okay, then like, any measurement they can play with it, right? Like imagine three-body problem. They were playing with the measurements, right? And
Yeah.
scientists, they became like, what the fuck is going on here? W- They didn't lie there, right? They didn't lie.
Mhm.
They didn't pretend to be God. But again, like if there's this possibility, then maybe black holes are not black holes. Maybe they're just holograms. Maybe the things that we're testing, maybe they're just fake signals coming from them, not from the universe. And that's how we measure things, but we measure something which is fake. And I believe this kind of skepticism kills directly the science.
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
Because you don't have any reason then to stop at black holes, because black hole is one thing, but what about Earth itself? What about life itself?
Yeah, we could go there also. Yeah. So like I could be suspicious that you're an alien.
Sure, you should be.
Yeah. Should be, yeah. Because
Then
I don't see my phone. Where's my fucking phone?
I would
You see
say
those 5 spoons?
yes. I would say maybe to save science a little bit still.
Okay.
As long as science stays humble and exact, I think it's not a problem if at the end it turns out that we were all fooled by aliens. If, for example, scientists say, okay, as far as we have used our instruments, we believe this and this and this axioms, like the universe doesn't lie to us and things like that. And then based on these axioms and our measurements, this is our conclusions. If at the end our axioms were false, our conclusions are also false, but our way of deducing them is not false. Like we just had false data. So as long as in science, and I think in every area where we're trying to look for knowledge, we stay humble and exact, like very really listing what we really know and what we assume, we cannot really be wrong. Like wrong in the sense of we do nonsense. At the end, we could be fooled or wrong, but not because we did nonsense, but only because our data was wrong. And it would then even be
Yeah,
logical
sure.
that our conclusion is wrong.
Like you're saying, our method was okay, but conclusion was false. Sure. We have such kind of arguments, right? Even if the premises are false, still we can reach a right conclusion. Sure, this is vice versa. But you're saying that even if our methodology is correct, yeah, like according to the scenario, our conclusions would be false, but not our methods. But that doesn't help. It doesn't change the fact that we're being fooled.
Yes, it doesn't change. Yes.
Yeah. I had something I forgot. Oh, I had another thing, but I remembered another thing that I forgot. So, like in the movie, Julie, how many people they kidnapped?
It was like a city, that's why it's called Dark City, I think.
They kidnapped the whole city.
Yeah, and then if I can spoil the end, you see the scope of everything that they had to make the scenario that they used. It's like the entire planet that they're living on is like a huge rock where they have staged this city, and then there's a way to reach at the end. It's kind of like a Truman Show thing where there are edges of the simulation.
Uh-huh.
And they were trying to test what individual consciousness does because they were curious about our consciousness because they only have a collective consciousness. They can't separate their it's kind of a cool movie, a little bit slow, sure.
You know what? Oh, like, fuck. Like in one episode of Star Trek,
Yeah.
we were encountering those kind of aliens.
Cool.
Like we just tried to understand their language. We learned. We just communicated. We understood like how they think, how their consciousness work. Like it's like true communication, just communication. Like no experiments, nothing. That was so easy. So why the hell they kidnap whole fucking city? Just ask.
See, if they can kidnap a city, why not a planet?
Why not a planet? Yeah.
You have more data. It's like when you're conducting an experiment, the bigger the sample, the more data that you have, and the more trustable
Yeah.
the ending result will be.
But again, like, do you think that like someone can take out a city, put it in space? All the technology cannot understand the consciousness of humans just observing. That there isn't like I don't know the word, but it doesn't correlate in my mind. I mean, they're able to do all those fucking things, even with the collective consciousness. Like they require spaceships, right?
Yeah, sure.
Or maybe some teleportation technology, or playing with gravity in that big scale. It's all hell out of a technology. But yet, what you're experimenting.
Consciousness is very mysterious
It
because
is.
we have also we have reached far places from our planet, and we maybe even colonize other planets very soon, and yet the consciousness, it's still there, and it hasn't been really moved. So I think that that's not as I think you have a bot in the YouTube chat.
The same bout
Right.
again. Yeah. Okay, I'll block him this time.
You already had that?
I didn't. I didn't. So far. But yeah, right now I did it. Yeah.
What? Did you see what? It's Juan Velasquez.
One. Oh, which one? Like he sent a lot of. Is proof for God? Like we have proof for God? Really?
What? I thought that he was advertising something.
Really? Well, let me send the link. Maybe he wants to join. But anyway, thank you, Julie, and thank you, Phoenix. At least we had the conversation about this topic. We were on the topic. So that was cool. Even if other people didn't enjoy, it was okay. It was good. Thanks for the contribution. I read it so slow and it doesn't make sense. Okay. Oh, I'm happy that someone enjoyed. I'm becoming sleepy. Yeah.
Did you read what they are saying?
No, not deeply. No. No.
Okay.
My brain is about to melt. EWCC, the calendar I made 13-month year, 28 day months with one leap day at the end every 6 years. So what? Wish I didn't send the link. Can I delete it? Delete the comment. I deleted my own comment. I'm so
Why?
late. I'm so late. I'm so late.
Oh, but he joined.
That's
Juan
why I'm
Velasquez.
saying I'm so late.
Oh God, you didn't. Oh,
Anyway, he earned that. He earned that. That was
can you
my
please
bad.
explain what that was?
Well, like after reading those two messages, I decided whether maybe it's better if he doesn't join. That's why I deleted the link. That's
Oh
why I said
no,
I was late.
sorry.
But anyway, you can still surprise us.
Yeah, well, because the topic was like aliens or God, I just wanted to submit that as sort of a proof for God. Basically, I was doing some research. I figured out a calendar model because I was wondering on what a theoretical perfect calendar would be with no crazy rules and dates are not arbitrary and stuff like that, and ended up with a 13-month year, and every single month has 28 days. It starts Sunday through Saturday every single week. And there's no crazy rules. Dates don't jump around. Everything is on the same day at the same time. There's no drift because you have one leap day every 6 years. So basically, you just add one day, an extra day outside of the week at the end of the year,
Yeah, but
and there's no drift.
so don't you think that it is very subjective to say that the rules that we have right now are crazy, but this one adding one day in every 6 year is not crazy.
Yeah, because it's like, what are the rules we have now? How many rules, right?
I
Let's look
don't
at
know,
how
but
many rules and the
seemingly
complexity of said rules.
but seemingly yours is also not perfect because you have to adjust it every 6 years.
Yeah, but
And
that's because of the Earth's rotation. You know how many days are in a year, like cosmologically? It's not an
cosmologically,
even amount of days.
and so what?
And so you have to have some sort of leap rule because it's 365 point, I don't have the number memorized, but it's like 0.254 some. It's not a nice even
Yeah.
number of days from the time that the Earth makes a whole revolution around the sun and between the time that the Earth rotates on its axis for one clean day. It's not a
Okay.
clean number.
So you have this calendar. So what?
Yeah. So I have the calendar right now. Um, I was just bouncing ideas around and I was like, all right, well, what's the application of this calendar? So basically, I plugged it into the Bible. The Bible has a theoretical 6,000 year timeline since creation, right? Now, if we just run with that, the Bible says that man will be on earth for 6,000 years and Jesus comes back at 6,000 years and it reigns for 7,000 years. Now, if we look at 6,000 years, and if you plug in the calculator, what I did is I lined up lunar data based on a theoretical crucifixion date, since we can't know that for sure. But basically, where I landed was April 3rd of 33 AD, which is supposed to be a Friday based on the lunar calculations. Since the Bible records that there was a blood moon over Jerusalem that day, and looking at NASA, we can trace that back to April 3rd, 33 AD. Now, if you convert the Julian calendar, which is what they had back then, to the Gregorian calendar, accounting for the about a 2 day gap between the two calendars, and then you convert that into the calendar that I have, you can actually track every single day from April 3rd, 33 AD to September 22nd, 2025. Now, the point of September 22nd is the Feast of Trumpets. This is a Jewish holiday. It's a big deal surrounding a new moon and religious things around Jerusalem or the Jewish people. The point of that is The Feast of Trumpets was previously a holiday where basically no one knew the day or the hour. I don't know if you guys know that famous Bible verse that Jesus said that no one knows the day or the hour of his return. But he wasn't being literal. It was actually a Jewish idiom referring specifically to the Feast of Trumpets, because back then, if it's based on the new moon, you can't see a new moon until it's not a new moon anymore. You know what I mean? Because it's dark. And that happens on September 22nd. Again, you can look at the lunar data, 2025. There's also a blood moon over Jerusalem, September 7th, 2025 as well. Now, the Bible prophesies that the tribulation starts, like when the definitive start of the tribulation is a 7-year period, because a covenant will be made with Israel. Now, that's the UN happening on September 22nd at 10 a.m. Tune in, because we're probably going to get an announcement about some sort of covenant promise, some sort of peace agreement, which if you look at the UN program, the General Assembly program online, you'll see September 22nd at 10 a.m. The slot time listed is actually a peace talk. It talks about peace in the region. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what the name of the topic is, but all that to say that the calendar, sorry, I forgot a crucial part. The calendar says that we are in year 5,993. So remember, if the tribulation is a 7-year period, man has 6,000 years on earth. We're at 5,993. The tribulation is based on the calendar set to start September 22nd, roughly around 10 to 11:30 a.m. based on that UN General Assembly program time slot. So that's proof of God that everything lines up, and of course, the prophecy is coming true.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
That's a lot.
Juan, do you really think that people can follow what you're saying? Especially the
I know
people
I
who
spoke kind
doesn't
of
know.
fast.
It's not about being fast. Like you put a great fucking amount of information on the table, and you expect people to digest that?
No, I expect you to try to follow along, ask questions for maybe what you need more clarification on, and then do your research like I did with the NASA lunar models, the UN General Assembly, Google that.
Okay, but
Google like
this calendar is predicting things.
the calendar itself doesn't predict things. The calendar itself is a reliable model for
For what?
recording time. And if you look at that reliable model, because it was specifically made to not have drift, you can reliably predict or make predictions based on what's going to happen in the future, based on its reliability of the past.
Like some events matches with some numbers in your calendar. That's what I understood.
I'm sorry?
Some events in the past matches with some numbers in your calendar. That's all I understood.
Sure, that's not entirely inaccurate.
Okay, like can you give some details, but in a simple way? Because I don't
So
think
we have the
anyone was following
crucifixion.
you. Yeah,
Sorry.
crucifixion matches exactly
So
where in your
crucifixion matches
calendar?
based on. So the crucifixion is month 7, because Passover. When is Passover? I think it's month 7, day 1, if I remember correctly. And then that is year 2033, if I remember correctly, because we're in year 5,993 allegedly. You have that, and a lot of it is Bible dates based with archaeology as well. So, of course, secular validated archaeological dating evidence
Do you
for
believe
when the
that?
Bible says that these things happened.
Do you believe that Earth is 6,000 years old?
I mean, the only other evidence to the contrary is carbon dating, which has its inherent flaws as well and is known to be
Yeah, come
unreliable at
again.
times.
I couldn't hear you properly.
Sorry. I said the only evidence to the contrary is that carbon dating, which has its inherent flaws and has been known to be inaccurate at
Okay.
certain times.
You trust your calendar that you created, but you have great suspicions about carbon dating and other methods that scientists measure the age of the Earth and the universe.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, the calendar is just based on math. It's based on ratios. It's based on how many days does it take for the Earth to go around the sun, and then of course based on the moon. You know,
Yeah,
and
but
these
but
things.
but
I mean, I don't have the tools to record
you,
that. That's NASA.
and you want to start your calendar like before 6,000 years old. How do you do that? What's your evidence that the Earth is 6,000 years old? So that's how you
I
start
don't
your
have any
calendar, right?
evidence. We're giving the benefit of the doubt to the Bible that it's really weird that if you line up these events outside of year, so for the modern day, right, is everything is constant. If you move one thing, everything moves in time, right? So if we take September 22nd, 2025 is month 7 day 1, something like that, year 5993. If we take that as a set non-negotiable, if that moves a day, if you move it a year, all of these celestial events, all of these external factors outside of our timekeeping system, all of that gets thrown out of whack and it no longer applies. It no longer makes sense. So that's kind of the scary accuracy of it, where if you move one thing, the whole thing gets thrown out of whack. The only way that it makes sense is if September 22nd, 2025 is month 7, day 1 of year 5993.
Well, I don't know, man. Like I don't want to.
I don't expect to convince you guys that the world's going to come to an end. I'm just letting you guys know that all of this math came together. I corroborated the data with
Okay.
NASA evidence, and it's kind of scary.
I'm not sure about that. Maybe you are also measuring things falsely because since you don't trust science. Well, what is the things that you can measure other things? So if you cannot measure
Acknowledging
other
that
things,
carbon dating I don't understand how acknowledging that carbon dating has flaws from an objective point of view, that it's not
objective.
this perfect
Okay.
measurement of
How
time,
yeah, but how
that makes
imperfect
me
is that?
anti-science.
How imperfect is that? Like
Because it's the breakdown of the other isotopes or something of that nature, right?
and
And based on different circumstances, locations, moistures, and all these different kind of deals that
okay,
affect things
but,
over
but, but
thousands of years, it can
thousands
throw
of
the count
years.
off.
Okay, like how like did they estimate that the age of the planet to 4.3 billion, 8 billion, whatever?
Based on what?
Uh, it doesn't matter. So, like, did
Of
these
course it does. What do you
datings?
mean? You can't just make things baseless claims. If you're going to say something, it has to have a base to it. Otherwise, it's baseless.
Did they based on like their
It's
calculations
like if
also,
you
right?
ask me a question about my theory, then I can't just say something completely out of
I
whack. It
ask
has to
you.
have a
You
base.
said that I do it according to my belief that Earth is 6,000 years old. So why should I buy it
No, I'm
also?
going based off of the Bible's belief. I'm trying to separate myself as much as possible
Really?
by saying that, okay, if we go with the Bible's account of history based on the genealogies and saying, okay, well, these people lived for these many years, these people had these kids that lived for these years and went to these places, based on all that data, based on the archaeological data of cross-referencing what the Bible claims, historians have corroborated a good amount of some of the Bible's claims. And so that's what I'm going based off of, is that archaeological data and the reliable data that the scholars have already put in front of us for what they reasonably think is an accurate review of history.
You know what? I I have never wished that Jack was here before. But anyway,
I was asking the same. Where's Jack?
okay. That like I think you're the last one to ask this, Julie, because they're always asking, "Where is Julie? Where is Julie?" And you're hiding. Okay, let me tell you, he's not in Horatio's room. Also, well, it's not his room, but anyway, he's there. I don't see Jack. Probably he went to sleep. Yeah. Anyway, like, I don't know even what to say.
Can I ask what day did you say we're on right now, according to your calendar?
So theoretic day, I'm not good at math off the top of my head. I just know that September 22nd, 2025 is supposed to be month 1, day 1. I'm sorry, month 7, day 1, 5,993.
That's
And
a
then also
huge difference.
keep in mind the month. So remember, we only have we have a 13 months in the new calendar, and each month has 28 days. Also, the beginning, month 1, the beginning of the year starts based on the command in Exodus from God to the Israelites, saying that the month should start if I remember correctly, the equivalent date, Gregorian, is March 20th. So month 1, day 1 is actually March 20th, Gregorian. So it also doesn't start in January the same. So that means that month 7, right? March, April, May, June, July, August, September. That's 7, yeah. Month 7, day 1.
I have one question, man. How many years left according to your calendar?
So there's 7 years of man left. So March 22nd marks the beginning of the tribulation, which, remember, the tribulation is a 7-year period where the Antichrist is prophesied to make a covenant with Israel, and 3.5 years in, so half of the 7 years, 3.5 years, he will break that and become known to the world as the Antichrist, and it will be 3.5 years of chaos
So
after 3.5 years
Antichrist
of peace.
will be obvious to humankind in 7 years. That's what you're
In
saying.
3.5 years.
Just 3 years later, we will see Antichrist. Okay, cool.
After September 22nd. That's what the
Oh,
prophecy says.
okay. So then that's good for you, man. Okay. So I'm not a very intelligent person, but I think you are an honest person. Like 3 years is not that big deal, and it's very good in your case because it's very close. You can wait till that time.
Yeah.
If you don't see the Antichrist, you're gonna say I was bullshitting.
I was wrong, and somehow I was wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
I'm not attached to this idea. This isn't tied to my beliefs. This was like a fun thought experiment that got kind of real based on like throwing real world information at it.
Okay.
So that's kind of how this happened. But if also you're right. So September 22nd, if you look up the UNGA program, you can Google it right now. UNGA, UN General Assembly, Monday, September 22nd, there is a time slot for a speech, something about peace, peace talks, interfaith dialogue to something for peace, right? Now, remember, the prophecy says that the Antichrist will make a special covenant with Israel about peace. So if the theory is correct and the prophecy is correct, it's going to happen. The only possible time for that to happen, based on the lunar cycles and the Feast of Trumpets and all of this data, is Monday morning, 10 to 11:30 a.m. New York time, Eastern Standard Time, Monday, September 22nd. Now, if that doesn't happen,
Okay.
if the covenant's not made or something of that nature, then the model's off, the 7 years are off, and all that stuff.
And we probably already recorded what you're claiming before, but if not, you're lucky. This will be on YouTube, and you can use this video to prove that God exists. Yeah.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Don't unsubscribe till that time.
Yep, everyone watching, keep an eye out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, I would just add, I don't want to like overstay my welcome. I want to add that if we factor in the 3.5 years of chaos, after September 22nd, that puts us in March, late March 2029, 3.5 years from now, basically. What's really interesting about that is I've, on my behalf, kind of connected some dots that you may or may not agree with. So in March of 2029, the world is going to be right at the end of Trump's presidency and whoever the new administration is at that time. Now, March 2029 is right about the time where democracy takes its time to implement new policies and what the new administration wants. Now, that would also be a perfect time, as we've seen again in history. World leaders do not like to start wars with Trump in office. And if we're going to prophesy 3.5 years of chaos after 3.5 years of peace, March 2029 kind of aligns with that, where the new administration is taken over, new people in the White House, and world leaders are starting to shift their agendas.
Okay. Like,
I think it's
again,
not unreasonable.
man, like, here's my humble suggestion for you. Like, I don't think many people will follow what you're saying. Like, I'm not even speaking about accepting what you say, even following part, because too much information, man. Like, my mind is rejecting automatically. Okay, it's not because I'm closed-minded. Because it's because too much information. I cannot hold any of those things. But I have a good plan, man. I mean, and if I remember, if my friends still will be here, if they remind, we will go back and check your claims.
Yeah, please do. I definitely want this to be stress tested. I've tried to stress test it as much as I can and try to find a fault. And like I said, if you
Yeah,
shift the dates just a
but
day or a
but
year,
but
it doesn't mess us up.
then let's make a covenant with you here also. So when you say antichrist, what's that? It's a human.
Yes. So the Antichrist is essentially like what, or I guess more accurately, I should call him the Beast. So the Beast is going to be this figure, very influential world figure that has the power to basically make a covenant with Israel, that has the authority to establish some sort of peace. But it's going to be a fake peace, because if you believe in the prophecy, you know it's not going to last. You know it's going to be broken in 3.5 years. That's when the beast is prophesied to have a fatal accident where don't know if it's assassination attempt or the Bible's not clear. Something will happen. The beast will die, but be resuscitated. Whether modern medicine, CPR, something of that nature, he will be resuscitated, and at that point, in the 3.5 years after he's resuscitated, he will take on the full form of the beast. Right now, he doesn't even know that he is the
Well,
beast
what do you mean
until
full form
after
of
the accident.
beast? What do you mean by that?
Well, so
Like,
right,
why I'm
so
asking
right
these
now he
details?
doesn't even know.
Go on. Like, okay, but you should understand why I'm asking. Okay, I'm not like putting any
I'm not
traps
questioning.
here.
No, of course. The more
Me,
information, the better. The more
yeah,
questions, the better. Of
yeah, but
course.
you should understand why I'm questioning here. So if like, the whole story is about a man, a powerful man, doing peace treaties with other countries, like we already have influential people who can do all those things. So when
Exactly.
those things are happening, to me, it doesn't seem miraculous. That's why I understand that if there is anything supernatural here going on, because that's the only
hmm
way that can convince me. If you say,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, there will be a meteor strike on here on the planet," they happen already. Like we know that. Like
Right.
wars always happen. Peace, people make peace, countries make peace between,
hmm
right? So all those things are already possible things.
Yeah, of
So
course. And that's the tricky thing about prophecy, especially when it comes to the beast. Because, like I said, the beast doesn't even know that they are the beast right now. That's what I mean when I say he will come into
what
the
do you
full
mean?
form of the beast.
Okay, well, what does that
Like, it's
mean?
not like a conscious. So it's not. So you would think, okay, this person is not gonna appear out of nowhere. They have to have lived the life. They have to have gained the power, gained the status, gained the authority to do these things. So they've lived a full life. And so you would think that, okay, if this person is the beast and they're evil, well, they would be evil. But this is the point, is until the beast has the accident where they die and are resuscitated, they will not have that identity, so to speak, of
Um,
quote unquote
well, what
evil,
about
if that makes
this?
sense.
Well, what about this? Like when you say beasts, it's like a creature, not human.
Oh, that's just what they call it. That's just what they call in the Bible, the beast.
Okay, but people, it can be a nickname also for humans. Why not?
I suppose.
Okay, but what if
Well, I mean, the Bible.
someone?
So,
But here's the
the
thing.
name may be
My,
ambiguous, but
my
the
my
Bible's
skepticism,
clear.
my skepticism. What if someone is already following those stories the way that you follow? And what if
But
someone
nobody
wants to?
is. I've
What do you
researched. I've
nobody's?
tried. I've been like, because I've tried to see. I was like, have I done anything new? Have I done something special? You know, because it's like there's no way that I just put all this
No, no,
together.
no, no,
You
no,
know,
no, no,
surely people
man.
have been.
No, I'm like I think didn't understand. Like when you talk about the Antichrist, this is not new, right? I also heard that. So there
Right.
will be an
Yeah.
Antichrist coming, and the beast. This is the you created that story? No,
No, it's
right?
in the Bible.
So what I'm trying to say, like other people also know the Bible, right? Including
Right.
the influential people on the planet. They also know the Bible. What if they want to use those stories to make a case for themselves that may benefit them? Like, what if they
Saying somebody would want
pretend?
to take on the beast, like say that they are the beast.
Yeah, why not? Like, if, like, let's suppose I'm
Why
so
would somebody want
influential.
to openly come out and say that I'm the evil one that's going to end the world? Why
Okay,
would
like,
somebody do that?
oh, so you were saying that the beast will do that clearly?
Yeah, that's what the prophecy
Clearly,
says.
without any ambiguity. Like, he will say that I am the beast, I'm gonna end the world.
So what the beast
He will
does
say
is
that, or we will just observe and we will assume,
he
hey,
will claim
look,
to be God. He
he
will
will.
claim to be God in the temple.
Oh, okay.
Because of this resurrection, because of the accident, there should be no way that he would otherwise survive. And because of his survival at the end, he will claim to be God and people will believe it and people will worship
Okay.
him.
Okay. Ending the world. There can be crazy people, right? Who wants to end the world. Right? I see such candidates already. Like, look at the world leaders. They're crazy enough to do such kind of things.
To claim to be God in a secular society sounds like societal
Okay.
suicide.
Cool. So if someone claims that, then we will think about it again, okay?
In 3.5 years.
Very soon. Cool. I like such kind of prophecies.
No, but honestly, like that's, I've tried to fault this. I've tried to stress test it and say like, surely I it's not like I figured it out. I'm somehow special that I put the key in the magic keyhole. Because it's like it makes sense internally. It has internal consistency, which gives it credibility. But then externally, it's like, well, wait a minute. How how does this all make sense in the big picture though? Like, even though it can make sense internally,
But
is it
still,
actually the truth?
but hold on, still you should be really thinking about what humans can do, okay? So as I said, if you remember what I said as a scenario, so you're saying that no one would do that. Like no one would lie about that. That's not true. People can do a lot of things when they're losing something or when they want something else, like for some other reasons that we don't know. But they can be crazy. They're already crazy right now. They can be
Hmm.
more crazy. Like maybe that, like they already assume that they're gonna lose something. So whatever they do, like doesn't matter. Like they're not afraid of
Hmm.
losing something, and they can do any crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And again, like they can do these things by knowing that those stories are, there. They know those stories, and they
Yeah,
can
but
pretend,
like
they
I
can
I get
terrorize
what you're
people, right?
saying. I get what you're saying. Like it's definitely possible. Like the possibility is out there. But if you look at the people that have done it in the past, it's like I said, it's been societal suicide. They completely extradited themselves from society. They made fools out of themselves, discredited them. Any
Yeah.
career that they had is
Okay, yeah.
over.
That's
So
what
it's
I
like
said.
you
That's what I
can, but
said.
why would you do that?
Hold on, that's what I said. Maybe they already lost, or they're at the edge of losing, so like nearly nothing to lose, then they can do anything they want.
But if they've already done it, they can't claim to be God twice if everyone said no, you're not. If they've already lost everything after that. That doesn't make any sense.
Uh,
Harold can't.
Because no one would listen.
Harold can't.
Yeah,
They
it
predicted the end of
doesn't
the
make
world
sense
twice.
when they have a lot of things to lose, yeah, I understand that part. But if they already lost, then they can do any shit.
Well, what I'm assuming is when you say they've already lost everything, that means that assumes credibility. They've lost credibility, and therefore no one's listening to them anyway.
Huh? Okay. Yeah, that's why they
That's
can.
what I interpret to mean and lose everything. That includes your credibility as an individual, does it not?
Wait a second. Can you repeat?
I said that when you say somebody loses everything, I interpret that to also include the individual's credibility when you lose
Okay.
everything. So if you lose your credibility, no one's listening to you anyway. So it's not
Doesn't
a matter of
matter,
I have
but
nothing
that
left to
doesn't
lose.
matter. But
People are gonna
you can still say, hey, look, there is someone who claimed to be God, who claimed to be the beast. Yeah, my prophecy came true. You could say that, right? At least
no,
for more two
I
two
mean
or three
if you know
years.
the prophecy, then you would it would be like a clear it doesn't line up.
Why it doesn't line up?
Because you don't claim to be the beast. The beast doesn't come out and say, I'm the beast. The beast has an accident. Who has had an accident, been resuscitated, and then been worshipped as God?
Oh,
Like
but
it has to, they
mm.
have to be worshipped. It's not simply claiming a title.
Oh, okay, but what if let's suppose I don't want to name, but one of the world leaders, they like the ones that they know the story, okay, they say we will just make fake news that I died and I came back, and then they will
You
proceed
could,
according
I
to the
mean,
story.
AI is getting good. I guess you could fake it. I mean, sure.
Sure, I
And
can
if that
fake it.
happens, and then possibly, but I mean, still, there's certain criteria of, you
Like
know,
what, for example?
accident, fake or not, but being worshipped. I think that's the main one that you can't fake. Being worshipped out
Well,
on a
okay, but what
global
if
scale as God.
so faking that is, as you said, is easy right now, right? So don't you think that people are already being followed by many people, millions of people? That's how they are leaders. Okay. So if they fake something like that, don't you think that there could be more people following them? Or maybe the ones that they follow deeper right now. That's possible
So
also.
So this also has to do with the Jews as well, and their temple sacrifices, which again, right, we all know that the second temple was destroyed thousands of years ago. I'm sure we also all know that the plans to rebuild the temple, the third temple, those are already done. We're just waiting essentially on the approval of said plans to start building. And then once that temple is built, sacrifices then again have the possibility of being resumed under that Judaism, uh, religious law. That's important because this all revolves around the Jews. So
Okay.
the covenant, right? The peace covenant with Israel specifically, the peace covenant that's broken with
Okay.
Israel, and then chaos ensues.
Mhm,
And then
mhm.
the
But
beast,
people
uh,
can do those things, right? Those things are possible, especially the ones who have the power and who knows the story. They can say, "Let's make
yeah,
peace." Then they can lead people into chaos. They can also do that because they have the power. These are possible
yeah, I
things.
guess I don't see your point. I mean, that's where like top 10 list of potential beast candidates comes from. Is you look at the factors of what the Bible prophesies and people who remotely fit the description of that, in modern day world leaders.
Or maybe
I mean
they
that's
want to
nothing new.
fit intentionally. They're fitting themselves into the story. They can make use of
Yeah,
that
but
story.
Yeah, but the Jews, so like for example, I'll throw back to history, right? When you look at Islam, Muhammad, he tried to appeal to the Jews. Why does Islam appear so much like Judaism? The rituals, the dietary laws, how many times you pray, the way that you pray, it all resembles Judaism so much. Why? Because Muhammad was appealing to the Jews as a prophet. He said, "I am the final prophet," and the Jews rejected him. The Jews are very strict people. How do I say this nicely? Like they don't just go willy-nilly, "Oh, you're God. Yeah, sure you are." They rejected Jesus, like he was crucified because they thought he was blaspheming. Like the Jews do not just accept anybody as God and start worshiping them. So you have to keep that in mind when you're talking about, oh, well, somebody could just claim this and do that, and
Mm,
it's not that easy.
yeah. Well, what if the person comes from themselves?
What do you mean comes from themselves?
Like
They
Muhammad
have to
was
be
not a
accepted by
Jew,
the
right?
Jews.
Oh, okay, but Jews can accept a Jew right now.
Jews can accept a Jew. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
why
one of
not?
the criteria is from some sort of distinct Jewish lineage. Yeah, so that kind
Okay.
of narrows down the potential
Just
list of
because
who it is.
they crucified one of them, that doesn't mean they will do the same for the next one.
Yeah, but it's not as
I don't
easy
think
as just somebody claiming something.
I don't think they will have the risk this time. I think that they took their lesson
The
from
potential
Jesus.
person that would be trying to lie, they don't have a risk.
Like so they will think that he's lying.
I don't understand who you're talking about. You're saying that
Uh,
he wouldn't have a risk. Who wouldn't have a risk of what?
like the one who doesn't have much to lose. Yeah, doesn't have a risk for me. But anyway, like again, like that. There's no need to go deeply about these things because, like, again, it's very soon. We can wait for that.
Yep.
But like, yeah, still, I believe there are some other problems. People can, you know, fit themselves into things, into stories intentionally. They can do that, and we have powerful people. They can make claims, big claims. They can create chaos. They all have these powers, even right now, and this is possible. And one crazy person may want to use the story for some purposes, and in that case, you will think that, oh yeah, prophecy came true. But I can say, hey, you know what? There'll be firework um in your country, in your city, town, whatever, exactly at this time tomorrow. That's my prophecy. Okay, someone buys fireworks next to you, your friend who's listening this one, and he's doing what I said exactly. Just, to fool you or for some other reasons. Maybe he's
Hmm.
planning something else for you. So that was the prophecy, but someone made it intentionally come true.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean
They
I
faked it.
knew
So then
but that's
So
not
then
fake again, like it
if
happened,
we
right?
follow that logic, I mean, if we follow that logic, we've had the book of Revelation in global circulation for upwards of over 15, 1,500 years. Why has nobody done it then in all that time?
Done what?
Right.
Which
Faked
one?
it, faked the beast and said and made the prophecy come true or tried to make it appear so.
Maybe
Like
they
it hasn't been
they
done in 1,500 years.
maybe
If
they
it's so
knew
easy,
about
if
your magical numbers.
Yeah, but the numbers are irrelevant. If somebody wants to fake the prophecy to look like it, they don't have because if they abide by the numbers, well, then that would be real, wouldn't it? So if it to be fake, it would
No, you can follow the
completely.
numbers, right?
But following the numbers makes it real. It has to. If it's fake, it's because it's not real. It doesn't align with the numbers. It's a fake. They faked the prophecy. They faked the criteria for what happened.
Like if
If it
I make a
follows the
prophecy
numbers, then that's
about the new
organic.
year, and if I do it in the new year, that means I'm following the numbers. But still,
Yeah, exactly. But then that
I
makes it
just made it.
real. It wouldn't be falsified if it aligns with what the prophecy says. It wouldn't, by
But
definition, it can't be fake
uh,
if it aligns. You know what I
uh,
mean?
yeah, but like, I wanted to make it align because I know the dates, okay, and I know the prophecy. I just okay, I will do that. But that doesn't mean someone knew it, or that doesn't mean anything. Like I can say a lot of things, and some people can go and do those things.
Yeah,
And
but if it
when you
lines
look
up with
at
what's prophesied, well, then it is the prophecy if it lines up. The only reason that you fake a
again, like
prophecy is because it
prophecy
doesn't
is
line up.
seeing the future, but what we are telling here, just creating the future. Okay, it like according to the script. Okay, so imagine there's a script. Okay, like I think that this will be a good analogy. Like the script for the movie. Okay, or theater, whatever. Like the actors, they memorize their places. They act. They shoot the movie, but we can read the script before, right? And we know the story right now. We know the problem. We know what will happen in the movie before movie exists. So when we watched the movie, if like, you see, I told you this was going to happen. Because those people, they just followed the script, right? That's what they were supposed to do. They followed it, they acted.
Right.
If I claim, oh, that has been prophesied. Wait a second. It doesn't work like that, right? So the script already exists once. People can follow it if they want.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So when we look at those
But if you
things,
follow the script, then you've done nothing else but follow the script, and the movie is played out as it was meant to be. So like I don't understand. If you want to take the script and move things around and change the order, well then it's not abiding by the script. But if you abide by the script and do things on the proper time in the proper place with the proper
yeah,
lines, well then
y-
that's just the script, isn't it? That's just the way it's supposed to be.
you can
I
follow
don't
the script,
understand.
right? There's this possibility.
Philosopher.
Yep.
Can I maybe add something to the
Sure,
story?
sure. You don't
Yeah,
need to
because
ask
I am,
permission.
yes, I am a Christian too. So I know also
Christian?
this story of
Wait a
the
second.
end
I
of the
thought you were an atheist.
I am a Christian.
Really?
Yes, I wrote all the time.
I'm very confused.
Yes, my point is that because the main question here is often prove God or prove you God, and my position is like I think we talked about yesterday or the days before, like there can be ways for individual person to come to believe or come to say, okay, now I have a proof that God exists, but my opinion is it's like impossible or nearly very difficult to convince everybody. So that's why when I argue, when I put arguments, it sounds very neutral because I try to be exact in what I can say, in what I can, how I say, prove and so on. But I am a Christian.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
there's
and that's what I don't think that I can prove the existence of God definitively because I don't think that exists, like you said. But this is pretty convincing evidence, because it's just math. It's counting days, right? It's just counting how many times the earth rotates. It's counting how many times the earth goes around the sun and just counting backwards.
Bro, I just wanted to add something to the story you said, because according to the Bible, Jesus says that only God will decide when exactly the time comes. So
I said
like
that earlier. I mentioned that earlier. When he says the day and the hour that no one knows, he wasn't being literal. It's an idiom. That's exactly how they described the Feast of Trumpets, that holy Jewish ceremony that they have yearly. That's exact because it's a new moon. You can't see a new moon, right? So they would have a 2-day watch because that's what that means. That's how they referred to it as the day that an hour no man knows. That's exactly how they called it.
But do you think that humans can like manipulate the timing of when the world ends according to what we read in the Bible? So is it
We've lost him. Phoenix. We should wait if he's gonna return. I don't know. Maybe it's electricity, or maybe just internet. But there's a chance that he may not join. Oh, he's back.
Say the crucifixion happened April 3rd, Friday, 33 AD. Again, that is still, however much percentage theory.
Yes, look, I still did not arrive at the point I wanted to make, the quick point, because philosopher is right. If there's like a script describing all the events leading to the end of the world, you can fake all the events which lead to the end of the world. So until like the final events, everybody who believes in this prophecy will say, yes, we are heading to the end of the world. But I would say, like now we speak like from Christian to Christian who believe that Jesus was right in saying that only God knows when the world ends. If it's a fake, I don't think that then, like if there are 10 events which have to happen until the end of the world, one of these events is that God himself comes to the world. And this is really something only God decides. This is not fakeable. So
What is not fakeable? Come again, Phoenix. I
yes,
missed that part.
yes, like according to the Bible, it's God coming to the world again when
Oh, God will
when the
come.
world ends. Yes, that's when we say Jesus comes back. So this
Okay.
part, if Jesus really said, no man can know when the world ends, this means that this part no one can fake.
Wait a second. So, according to what Juan said, Jesus will also come very soon, right?
No,
Well,
so Jesus comes back at the end of the tribulation. So remember, we're in year allegedly 5,993. So we are 7 years away from the 6,000 year mark of humans being on Earth.
Yeah,
And
man,
at the
man, that's
end of
complicated.
6,000 years,
Hold on. Make it simple, please. How many years later Jesus will come?
7 years from now.
Oh, okay, we're close. So Jesus will show miracles when he comes?
No, so remember,
No?
up until that point, the beast is going to be in control. It's going to be world chaos.
Okay, there will be
So Jesus
chaos.
comes back,
Hmm.
kills the beast, wipes out evil, makes a new heaven and earth, and then everyone lives in harmony.
But
the,
no
the,
any
the,
miracles.
I'm not sure about the miracles actually. We have to look exactly in the book of Revelation what are the events, and even the book of Revelations, it depends how you read it actually. But this is not the point we are making. This is not the point
Okay,
we are making.
but well, the problem is again, like if God will not come, okay, it's still like the people can follow the script. Imagine that leader is very fanatic Christian.
Exactly.
He just plays the script, and if he's the powerful one creating chaos when he's not there anymore, then there won't be chaos. Okay, or he can also set the things like, hey, wait, I will intentionally create the chaos, but you guys will solve it, because then I will stop creating chaos, and I will use my power to make the peace and everything so good, and blah 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 blah, and all people will become Christians because I'm Christian. I love this religion, and I don't want people to mock my religion anymore, and they will definitely believe that this is the true religion. But why not? I mean, a fanatic, radical, religious person can set up these things.
Yes, philosopher. That's exactly my point. Like, because he said, I have a theory which says that at this date the world will end, and this is how the events will unfold. And you are fully right. If the script exists, then everybody can copy it until the very end of all the events which have to come.
Which
But
one?
then
Which one?
I don't know all the events he mentioned. Like he said
Well,
a lot of
everything's
things.
connected. Everything's connected. It's, the tribulation happens, then 3.5 years of peace, then three and a
Yes.
half years of chaos, and then
all-
Jesus comes back at the end of 7. Like everything is
Yes,
connected.
but my point is the part where Jesus comes. This is the crucial part, because look, imagine I am the one who wants to trick the people to believe that like in 50 years the world will end. So I have the script, I have your script, your calendar, and I follow everything, and I have the power and the wit and everything to work so that everyone believes that yes, in 50 years we have the end of the world. But the point is, and I'm speaking to you as a Christian because not everyone believes like the book of Revelation and so on, but even for us as Christian, so point one, yes, philosopher is right. You can copy the script and you can act as if the end of the world is near. It's then when you have come to the last chapter before Jesus comes, then everyone can see that you are lying. Because if Jesus is right in saying that only God decides when the end comes, then no person who fakes all the events will, when he has done all the events necessary, will really end the world. It would be like, okay, I've done everything, and like in
Okay,
50 years,
Phoenix,
we
but
have
it
final
makes it
step.
easier. Like
I think
if you don't
I
know,
think
then
the
you like so there is a blank part in the script. Then you can do it anytime that you want after you follow the script. Just do it anytime you want. Since no one knows, you can say, "Oh, that was the
No,
time."
it's even
That's what I
funny.
was gonna say.
It's
Is
no,
I
no.
think it's
1
important to
minute.
keep in mind that everything is
1
on a
minute.
schedule, right? Oh,
1 minute. It's even funnier because the real day when the world will end, according to Jesus, it will be like, okay, I've told you in 50 years the world will end. We wait 50 years, and then we say, okay, that's the end of the world. And then at some time in the future, the world will really end, and Jesus will really come. And then everybody can see, okay, the first time we thought the world would end was a fake, because how can the world end 2 times, according to what Jesus said? So that's why I just wanted to say that point 1, philosopher was right. You can copy the script, and to say to, I do not know the name, but you who had the theory that you can't copy the script, and there's no guarantee that any script will really lead you to the real end of the world. That's what I wanted to say. So I do not know your calculations. Maybe they're sound, and so maybe they're good. I do not know. But I would say, as a Christian, that's always a point where I'm very skeptical. Like I say, okay, Jesus said, only God knows when the end of the world comes. So
But
every
Phoenix,
kind of
he
prediction
explained that
is skeptical.
he explained that it doesn't mean what you understand. So
it's not
he
literal, and
he
that's
has
another
a
big
solution
thing.
for that.
Yeah, is people have been taught so many things. Like how many people think of hell as this fiery torture pit? That's not even what it is. The Bible doesn't say that. And as a Christian myself, I have a really big issue with the 1600 Catholic English churches, whether it's selling indulgences, telling people that they can get to heaven by paying the church. I think that's absolutely disgusting.
Come on.
And that's why I try to
Sorry,
return to what is actually written in the book.
I'm sorry. I don't have much time. I'm gonna leave, but like I still couldn't hear something to really test your theory. Is there anything in your theory that when we see, we can never think that it's fakeable? Is there any data
So
like that?
So it's going to be September 22nd. I mean, unless you want to try to like recalculate and do the calculations of the Earth going around the sun and all that stuff and look at the lunar data, no. But to look, and luckily we have September 22nd, Monday. It's a Monday, September 22nd. Just tune into the UN General Assembly. It's happening out of New York at 10 a.m.
But
And
but,
if no
but
covenant with Israel is made, no peace covenant.
okay, but as I said, this is something doable. Well, we make covenants. Why not? Why should I think
Is what
that
I'm sorry?
like we can do those things? My question was like, is there anything that cannot be done by humans in your theories or prophecies or whatever? Because layers in the covenant, like when I hear it, like we humans, we do those things
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
But I need to hear because when it happens, when you tell me, hey, you know what I told you, go check the video. I told, okay, yeah, you told me, but I'm telling you that this is doable. We do those
Yeah.
things. So
I mean,
to
I
be able
don't
to believe
understand.
that there is something, very convincing in this story.
But that's like bordering along the lines of like, oh, we don't have free will. God manipulates us like puppets, and everything we do is because of him. Like humans have autonomy, humans have free will, if you believe that. Humans,
Okay.
everything that happens in the world is directly correlated based on the actions of people. So the fact that it's doable, I don't see is how that's a reason to doubt, because humans by definition have to do it for it to happen on the earth in the first place.
Yeah, but like why I'm mentioning about that, as I said, we can apply the script. That's why we have this skepticism about prophecies.
Yeah.
You
The
can
only thing
read the
the only
script.
thing with
You
the
can apply
script
it.
The only thing I don't like about your script theory is like, because you're right, but if it's a script, it has to happen according to the script, right? It's like,
Okay.
okay, like a movie. If somebody doesn't follow the script, it's cut. You take another take, do it again until you hit the script, right? So there is no other like work. There's no other visual. There's no other act other than the script. Because if it's not, then it doesn't even count. It's obviously
Yeah,
disqualified because you have the script in front of you.
but the thing is, if you see something doesn't matching, okay, you can easily say like this was not the prophecy. So look, it didn't happen. There's no such a thing in the script. So that was not even prophesied. So why you're showing me this event?
And
I
that's
can
the other thing.
I can pick any event in the history. Okay, I can say, hey, look. Then you can say, wait, this was not the prophecy.
No, but look, here's the difference. There's two things that I'm doing that I am actually doing different. I'm not claiming revelation from God. I'm not pretending that God came to me in a dream and I literally plugged it into the calculator. I did the math. Nothing happened from God, right? This is all just number crunching, looking at what the Bible says, looking at what archaeologists say, looking at what history says, right? Nothing special about me. The second thing is it's so precise that I've stress tested this to try to find faults, and I kept going smaller and smaller and smaller and more precise. The thing with prophecies in the past, especially, is it's it could be the month, right? People use months and ranges and weeks or years. I'm not betting actually, but I am giving it the benefit of the doubt to the point of saying that if this is internally consistent, if this is legitimate, then why can't I go down to the day, which I have, September 22nd, Monday morning, 10 a.m. There's no other prophetic model that anybody has ever put through in the past that has had that level of precision to internally, without lying, within the model itself, say that this lines up. And that's the other thing too, is if one thing is off by even a day, like I said, this entire model falls apart. That's how precise and aligned that it is. There's no ranges.
One more question. Do you think that this model can be taught by someone else also?
Yeah, I'm not special.
Okay. So if someone already did it.
Nobody has though. I researched. I was like, there's no way that I figured this out.
They don't have to
Like
share
little old
that.
me.
But they don't have to share that.
Well, you're right. I didn't have to share it, but I
Yeah.
felt that this is compelling
Okay.
evidence for the topic.
Okay.
And it's like if you feel compelled about something, especially with this level of precision, then it's like you're either retarded, but you're not retarded if you don't bring it up because you thought about it in the first place. So it just doesn't make any sense.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say, like, so some people can create such models based on their religion, religious texts, or the chronology in their books. They can create these things, and then they can, make come true other prophecies. So, like again,
That's a good point.
arranging a covenant or creating cows and doing all those things. Like they can line up those things afterwards. And they can say, look, these all have
I don't
been
think so.
prophesied.
Unless you're an idiot, unless you can be lied to, unless you don't know how to tell a liar, I don't think you can do that. Maybe
Why
to
you
some
cannot
people,
do
but not
that?
to everybody.
Why you
Maybe
cannot
to
do that?
maybe to add one thing, because it just came to my mind, because I really try to, when it comes to the future and predictions and so, to stick to what Jesus said. So you're right, in the passage I mentioned, it said that no human will know when the end of the world comes.
Oh,
So
Phoenix,
maybe
you're
you
just
can read it.
repeating that, man. Like he has a really, cop on with this argument that you're making right now. He's saying that this is not the way that I understand or the way that people understood. It has another meaning. That's how he solved that problem, Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
But
I had
that's the thing is like people have been led astray. I mean, what are those horrible preachers called?
No,
The
but
abundance teachers?
I had another passage, a different passage, or another way Jesus taught, where it's difficult to not think that only God knows when the end comes. Like he says, he warns for people saying the end of the world will come today or tomorrow. he says, do not listen to them. Like, I'm not talking like from Christian to Christian, because it's more discussion about Christianity. I don't know if everybody of the viewers can follow it. So I would be even there a little bit suspicious. So, but the good point of your theory is it's testable, like it's said many times, so we can just check. It's good, but
I don't
philosopher
know.
is right that even if we check and it happens like in the script, we are still not sure it was not like faked. That's what I.
That's why, like, I'm seeking like some things. I want to see something that cannot be done by humans or with our technology. With you know, something must be out of our limits that will happen. Then, okay, I can say, okay, yeah, that's what you already said, and now this is happening, and I don't think
Mhm.
it can be done by humans. Then I can buy what you're telling me. But if all those things are doable by humans, then I cannot buy. Even if like all those
I
dates are
think
precise.
I think that just comes down to a difference in like worldview. I mean, at the end of the day, because there's a lot of things that humans can't do yet. There's a lot of things that we're progressing towards in terms of like science and biology. There's a lot of awesome
Mhm.
pursuits that humans are endeavoring towards, and
Sure,
yet we're not there yet. But that doesn't mean that we won't get there, right? Just
sure,
because
sure,
we
sure.
can't doesn't mean that, oh, well, there you go, boom, God, because we can't do it. But it also doesn't mean that we're not going to get there. But it also doesn't mean that just because we can explain something doesn't mean that it also isn't God. I don't think that that's a valid sort
Uh,
of counter
yeah,
argument to say.
but still, if what is happening is can be done by humans, that there's no any good root reason to think that it was God or it was because of God.
Well,
And
if it's been happening for thousands of years before humans figured it out, well, then who did it then? If it because humans, it took humans thousands of years to figure it out in the first place, so obviously it wasn't humans. So who was it?
we like those books are written right thousands of years ago, and there was always humans. There was always followers and believers of those books. Enough people
Yeah.
to make those things come true intentionally. I want to say one example, okay? So that's what I hear from old priests, okay? So I think I don't know which sect, but probably in one of them they're supposed to speak in tongues, okay? I don't know why they're doing
Right.
that, okay? And the one who's an atheist right now saying that, yeah, when I reached that, I was like, how can I speak in tongues? Like, I don't know how to do that. And like, isn't that happening magically? Or and the priest says saying to him, just fake it. We do all fake it.
Yeah.
So one
Yeah,
day, just
that's
like,
those preachers that I was talking about. Those are preachers that I'm saying are disgusting, just like all the
okay,
English
no,
people and the
man,
Catholics that
man,
sell
man, man. But
indulgences.
you should understand the point here. The point is, if I right now speak in a language that you don't understand, if I said it, I'm speaking in tongues, okay? That doesn't mean what they mean, right? I can fake, so I can just pretend, and people can do such sorts of things for all those claims. Doesn't matter like who is doing that. Doesn't matter what is the script is. People can follow any kind of script.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. Like again, like if it's doable by humans, then I will vote my, decision for humans doing that. And again, that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean people knew that it will happen. It's just because people want to follow a script. They just see the
Well,
script, they want to follow it.
think, okay, so why would their goal be to claim the identity of the beast, the person who brings about the end of the world and will lead the world into chaos and evil? Like, why would somebody want that and then
Okay.
fake it to make it seem so?
Okay, well, maybe he wants to earn money from weapons. If you terrorize the entire planet, if you threaten them, if you're even powerful, you can be more and more powerful because people start buying weapons. You can sell weapons to those people because they want to protect themselves. You know.
Yeah, but out of
Y-
over 8 billion people on planet Earth, if they see that you're clearly going after this agenda
Huh?
and faking, even if they realize you're faking things or not,
Oh, wait a
if they
second.
also
Wait a
know
second.
where this is
Do
going,
you think that like believers will become immediately magically skeptic and they say, "Wait a second, I think they're faking." They're no. They will say, "Look, the prophecy is coming true."
yeah, and so they're gonna push back, they're gonna fight. People don't
They're
want to lay
gonna fight.
down and let this happen. I mean, who wants the end of the world to happen?
Oh,
Doesn't make
okay.
any sense.
Like
That's
no one will fight against the beast.
No, that's what I'm saying. People are gonna fight. So why would you want to be the person who was prophesied to bring about the end of the world?
Again. Like I just told you, the reason to earn money from weapons is a good reason to
Yeah,
create
but people are gonna
terror
fight against that.
against
you do not
what?
know. You do not
It's
know.
not one person. Like they have to fight against a country or maybe countries. So it's not like 1-on-1 fight, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be over 8 billion people against one
Yeah.
person.
Again, like if you're a powerful person, you can protect yourself from other people and you can earn money by creating chaos.
Yes,
I mean,
philosopher
people
is right.
already do that, and people are
People are
like,
doing that,
that's
right?
nothing new.
Yeah, people are
People do
doing
that now,
that.
whether it's
Uh-huh.
misinformation, whether it's
Yeah.
AI and
Maybe
surveillance and police
yeah,
states and
yeah, and maybe like people like you are waiting for the person who's gonna say that. Oh yeah, I'm the beast. So people already like doing these things without claiming to be the beast. Okay, but someone eventually will say, "Wait a second, let's go with the script of Bible. Let's claim the beast. I'm already doing the same thing. Oh, let's say it."
yeah.
And when it happens again, that doesn't mean it's because it has been prophesied. Just people wanted to follow the script. That's why. I'll think like that.
Right.
I can't be certain about that, but again, like I think
Yeah.
it's more logical to believe that that's the case. Again, I'm talking about doable things, and to me, it seems very doable.
Interesting. I guess I have more faith in people that people pursue autonomy more. Like I get what you're saying. It's definitely possible. I guess we just have a difference in beliefs of how people operate.
Maybe. Anyway, guys, I think it's better to leave. I'm already late again. Anyway, we are here every day. Like this is the first time you're joining, Juan.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it and I was like, hey, why not?
Okay, thanks for joining. Mm, We have Phoenix. He was also from YouTube. Thanks, Phoenix. Fighter, thanks. Julie, thanks for being here. And thanks, like, to contribute the main topic. You and Phoenix are the only ones who were on the topic. But anyway, like, we're not far. God is mostly my main topic here. Shout.
There was a suggestion.
What?
It was Silverlocks, I think. She was saying that it was cool that we kind of vary it a little bit today. And she said that it would be a cool thing that you could introduce topics that are related. For example, she said something like behaviors, which I guess could be said morality.
Wait. Like, can you say it in simple words, Julie?
No, because I don't know what I'm. Let me just read exactly what she said.
Cool.
I'll have to look.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you guys for having me. I'll go ahead and jump off. Sounds like the stream's ending. Didn't want to
Yeah.
take too much time, but I
It's okay.
subscribed and I'll definitely be tuning in and seeing
That's
what you
okay,
guys
man.
keep doing.
Even just for once, it was okay. It was cool. Thanks for joining.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Have a good day. Okay, she said we must have topics on life too. And I said, what do you mean life? And she said topics like right or wrong, appropriate or inappropriate behaviors, etc. And I said that you don't like topics that go off the God tangent too far. And she said, but those can be related to God, and it would be interesting to keep it a little varied. So, like you said today, God or aliens, that opened up another avenue, right?
I don't have strict agenda about only gods. Like the previous topics, where we talk about morality here, right? But
Yeah.
let's make it like this. I don't know if he or she's still here. If gonna join here and for talk and speak, let's make morality tomorrow.
Oh, that's an invitation. That's good. And yeah, you could
Nothing is free.
maybe
Julie.
yeah, you could maybe say the title could be something like you were using before. Actually, it was "Does morality comes from your God?" I think. I'm not sure.
Wait a sec. I should take a note. Look, that's your suggestion for the topic?
I, I think that you were using something like that. Does morality come from God or does morality come from your God?
I think I have never used, but let's say, does morality come from God? Okay, this is the topic of tomorrow. We said it.
Silver looks at that, but I think that she's gone.
Okay,
So
okay. That doesn't matter. Let's make morality tomorrow, okay?
okay.
Yeah, anyway. Okay, Scam Chan, thanks for being here. Phoenix, yeah, thanks for being here. Who else? Jocelyn Stone. Okay, just I don't know. For the first time or the second time I see the name. Thanks for being. Solar Lux. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Who else? Who else? Atheists. Thanks for being here. Juan already joined. Okay, that was interesting. You see, Julie. We had the longest conversation. I even deleted the link because when I read the messages, I was like, no way, I don't want to have the conversation.
Hmm.
But somehow he joined before I deleted the link.
Yeah.
It was mind-boggling. I can't say I
Very.
enjoyed very much because my stance about prophecies,
Sure.
especially about conspiracies. But it was good. I can't say it was bad. So I don't know.
It was
What do you think?
different.
Different, yeah, different.
Yeah.
Volk, thank you. You were here.
He was trying. He was trying to get your attention.
I'm sorry. But he had the mic this time.
Yeah, but he was asking for permission to talk
I
about
missed
the
that
Bible.
probably.
Oh,
But he will have a chance if he will be here.
yeah.
Okay. Graham. Oh, he was here. Okay. Okay. Tilting windmill.
7 year countdown. Yep. Put
Yeah.
that on
Yeah.
the
But that's the
agenda.
thing, right, Julie? Like when those sort of things happening, like a crazy person can just put the fire on the planet, like the nuke wars. There is the
Hmm.
end, right?
Hmm.
It's plannable. Someone can plan
Very.
that. So still, like to me, it doesn't sound like someone knew it happened.
Yeah, it's self-fulfilled prophecy is very easy to recreate, especially with the tools that we have now.
Yeah, and the best tool is people who radically believe.
Yeah, and we have a lot of those, especially it seems to be recent that's growing.
Oh, Julie, did we have this guy and Free for Talk and Maverick being Frank?
Who?
The guy he was always typing here on YouTube. And Maverick being Frank.
Oh, Maverick. I think he joined once. I'm not sure.
Once, twice?
He
Oh, it was
here. I mean,
Chuku. Okay, it was Chuku.
oh yeah, yeah. He was twice yesterday. No, the other guy. I'm not sure, but I think that he joined once.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for being here. The real Jesus. Oh, he said it was okay. Let's
That was
don't.
Wolkenstrong.
Oh, I was not planning to say it. You said it.
Oops.
Okay, Daniel visited. Thank you. Anyway, and also the other guys. Oh, Date Murphy. I don't know whether he's listening or not, but oh fuck, like that was also like yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't know probably that that's kind of uncool here. But
Maybe,
that will let him know. Yeah.
maybe. I hope. I hope. Oh, we had Marcelo. Yeah. Anyway, and Ankalaganchik. Okay.
Hi, señora.
And anarchists. Okay, I think
Date is
that's all.
listening. She's listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, date. Like we can explain that. Oh, I don't like the one when people are being, you know, hateful, even if they believe that they have enough reasons to hate the religion or religious people. But if those people are not harming me, harming this thing or whatever you think, I want to go, peaceful with them. But when you swear directly what they believe, what they think holy, that you don't have to about it. I mean, you don't have to be respectful. But if you will be like that, then there won't be conversation. I want to engage with people. Doesn't matter, Christian, Muslim, atheist, Buddhist, alien. I can communicate with aliens also. So I want to communicate, and I'm also trying to fix myself because I can go also wild time to time. But I'm trying to be always cautious, not to attack their beliefs. Maybe I attack themselves, like maybe I call stupid or other things, but I mostly don't want to attack what they believe. And yeah, that's why like I kick Jack sometimes. I mute him mostly. Who else? Yeah,
Horatio.
sometimes Horatio. I remembered, by the way. He was pissed off because I muted him the last time, and I was thinking, why the hell I muted him that time? And I remembered I was trying to speak in my own room, and they were already off the topic. I couldn't speak in my own room. I just muted him, and yeah, he went.
And he hasn't come back ever since.
What?
He hasn't been around, I think.
No, he came later.
Oh, okay.
But like he came immediately after I left the room. Okay, they came. Well, I don't remember clearly, but anyway, like the time when I kicked him and Black Claude was the time I left the room because of them, because they started speaking again off the topic, and I was not able to speak, and I didn't want to interrupt. Okay, if you guys are enjoying, I can easily create another room, right? That's what I do also. Not only to get more or new people, sometimes I leave the room because it's off the topic, and I don't want to interrupt sometimes. They enjoy, okay? But when I create the other room, they come back after a minute or 5 minutes. What the hell? Like you were already enjoying there with that topic. What happened? Stay there. Don't come if you're enjoying that. But anyway, so yeah, date. This is how it works here. So I hope no offense. Yeah, we will try to reach
Yeah,
more
and
people.
yeah, and I just wanted to say I totally get where he's coming from. I get that inside of me sometimes as well. Just try to calm it down a little bit. You don't have to, sure, but it's not, if you want a conversation, that's probably not the right approach, because people get really offended. Should they be offended? That's up to them, I guess, but yeah, it's not good for dialogue.
At the end of the day, like if I say I think we're the best for you. Like they can get offended for such kind of things also. Like there's no limit for that. But at least we can filter the ones that is more offensive for the majority. But
Sure.
anyway. Oh, wait a second. He was typing. I'm always listening. Thanks for listening. Oh, Secreto, welcome. Or thanks for being here. You saying I should take it down and not. What does that mean?
Just calm down a little bit. Like,
That's better. Yeah, that's what we meant. I'm quite vitriolic. Again, what does that mean?
kind of like hateful, like with a lot
Yeah.
of rage inside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like that was the thing, right? If I am like that, if they're like that, then why we engage? Why we try to engage? How we can create content? We should speak.
Yeah, and the guy before, I don't know if you noticed, but the guy was complaining that the F word was being used, and that is an exaggeration. And I told him that if he doesn't like that word, he probably should cover his ears, because that was not directed at him or anything. It was just a word that was being used in the conversation. So I don't think that it's anything radical like that.
That's why I said we can filter something.
Yeah.
And again, like people can be annoyed by saying their names even. So there's no limit for that. That's why like we should put a boundary, okay? And it's up to them whether they accept or not. So and this is where we put boundaries. And it's up to people whether accept, go with it or not. We're not forcing anyone. I don't hate all religions, even they all sin in the 10 commandments. Okay. Enjoy watching yourself, people. Okay. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for all for being here. Thank you, Julie, for supporting again. Well, at least we had the main topic here. Tomorrow we will come with morality, I hope, if nothing happens. Yeah. Anyway, see you. Take care.